You have the stream right there. You can see that we are indeed on stream.
We're live.
You can look.
Hello.
It's right there.
Hey,
we're
live.
We,
How's it going, Mark?
Super
Hello,
Eagle,
everyone.
why
Welcome
don't
to Hotline League Live in St. Louis. It wouldn't be a Hotline League without some issues at the start.
We started right on time.
Yes, on time, as always. There's a large crowd here. I don't know how much of this you guys can see. I know we've got a webcam.
There's
stuck up somewhere.
5,000 people.
Yes. We're actually on stage at Chaffetz Arena right now. We outsold the LCS finals, actually. That's true.
I don't know where I'm supposed to land on that as a company line. You know, like, am I supposed to agree?
So anyway, welcome everyone to the show. First off, a big shout out before we get into this to Alienware and Intel who are making this all possible. We can get cheers for them. Secondly, I want to warn everybody at home. My understanding is that there's a hockey team that is playing right now, and a lot of the people in the audience are watching the game. So people will hear cheers. It's not cheers for us. I believe it's for the hockey
We're
game.
ruining some people's nights. Like
Yes.
they came here for the hockey game and
Yes.
suddenly it's like, what is this
Yes.
esports shit on
exactly.
my stage?
Yes. Either way, so if you haven't watched Hotline League before, first off, shame on you. But second off, this is normally a call-in show, a call-in talk show where we take calls. This format is going to be a little different. Mark, do you want to explain how this works?
Do I know how this works?
Same thing as Miami.
Okay, same thing as Miami. We got a lot of guests in the house, I think, who might come up, and then we'll also be taking comments from the audience who will join us and ask their questions live.
Yeah. So if you are in the audience, there will be, think of a topic or maybe not a question. A hot take is usually the best.
Yeah.
And you can raise your hand whenever Mark calls for it. He'll come out and find somebody, and we'll bring you up on stage. But we do have some special guests. Before we get to that, as always, Mark, how you been?
Great. I just came from the superior podcast, The Dive.
What the hell?
This is what we're talking about. But they gave me free merch to throw into the crowd. Does anyone want some merch? Oh, look at that. See? They boo, and as soon as you have merch.
We're now throwing the competing podcast into the...
Careful for the cameras.
Yeah, that guy
people
almost
in the front,
killed the camera.
You can't jump. You're banned.
Yikes.
But people in the back.
What is this?
I don't know. They gave me stuff to throw away. Woo!
I just heard a glass break.
All right, I'm done.
No more.
I didn't do that.
So we do have some special guests who will be making appearances. I know I saw Power of Evil. I saw Ovilee. I saw Steve and Andy are here.
Oh, yeah.
We've got more special guests coming in throughout the night. But first off, how you enjoying St. Louis so far? Feel free to lie.
Feel free to lie.
Yes.
All right, I love it. No, it's been pretty nice.
Yeah.
Went to Pappy's today for some barbecue. It was very good, and then I learned not to tweet about barbecue ever again because people view barbecue in the Midwest the way West Coasters view anime, and they have very strong opinions that no one ever asks for, but they feel the need to tweet them at you. So just by saying, I ate barbecue today, everyone's like, Kansas City's better. And like, I never asked. I don't care what's better. I just said I ate barbecue. Yeah.
There's going to be a fight that's going to break out.
Yeah, let's stop talking about barbecue before it gets bloody.
All right. Well, should we get the first guest up on the list?
Yeah, I don't know the run of show at all, so you tell me.
We don't have one.
So who is the first guest?
I think a Power of Evil because he was here first.
All right.
Woo! Sit in that spot. Is this the first time all year you've heard CLG chants?
Oh my God.
I think his mic's a little low. If we can get that up. Do you want to say something?
Oh, he's
we
dead.
can get Power of Evil, mic number 2. If we can get mic number 2 up, that would be good because we're having a hard time.
Oh, there he goes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty savage.
Yeah.
Coming up here, instantly getting flamed. Hotline League.
Yeah.
Classic.
Standard Hotline League.
Welcome to the show. How are you enjoying St. Louis so far?
Pretty nice. I ate a burger today. Was insanely good. Probably one of the best I ate in America.
I feel like esports people, whenever we travel, the only thing we can do is talk about food.
It's all we do. We eat and we game, and like I don't know what the city looks like. I didn't look out my window yet.
Well, first off, before we bring a guest up, Power of Evil, how do you think tomorrow's games are going to go?
I think they're gonna be really exciting. I think it's gonna be going to 5 games since both teams showed insanely good performances, and I think it showed that like TSM is for sure probably gonna make these 5 games since they got like the reverse sweep against Cloud9, and I think Cloud9 is a really strong team. So I would say it's gonna go to 5 games.
Nice. Do you have a prediction on who's going to win?
I would say the first 1 or 2 games are going to decide a lot. I think who gets like more confident in the series or who gets the advantage.
Who do you think is going to win the first 1 or 2 games?
Resident Sleeper, come on.
Damn. I think I will cheer for my boy Acadian.
All right.
Acadian on TSM. TSM chance. All right.
Reggie's in the back just like, yes.
So why don't we get, without further ado, our first guest on.
You mean caller?
Yeah, caller, in-person caller.
Okay.
So if you have a hot take, raise your hand. Mark's going to come out and find you, and he'll bring up. While that's going, what else is going on? You get to enjoy off-season.
Well, as much as you can enjoy off-season as like a pro player who didn't go to playoffs.
But I mean, I know that the LCS split is normally pretty grueling, and it must be nice to have a bit of a break.
Honestly, I don't mind playing a lot of like League of Legends, and I think playoffs is, even after playoffs, you normally have like a few weeks where you can take off. So I feel like I actually enjoy playing playoffs more than being at home.
Very good. Well, it looks like we have our first guest coming on the show right now. He'll be in seat number 1. So
Hello.
first up, what's your name?
My name's Kyle.
Kyle, welcome to the show. Where are you from?
I'm from Lady Lake, Florida.
Lady Lake, Florida. One person went woo.
My girlfriend.
That's-
Okay,
yeah,
your
who he came
girlfriend.
with.
Your girlfriend went woo. Okay, very good. Shout out to Lady Lake, Florida.
The Villages. #1 retirement community in America, by
There,
the way.
there we go.
Why are you there? Why are you there already?
Because I'm old in my soul.
What do you want to talk about on the show tonight?
Double Lift is going to hard int, and TSM is actually going to win through bot lane.
Okay, so Double Lift is going to hard int. TSM is going to win through bot lane. Why is Double Lift going to hard int?
First of all,
Just go for it, Kyle.
Yeah, go for it.
okay, cool. So Double is first going to be intimidated because it's the new TSM. I think last year was just a warm-up and just trying to get synergy. Sven, first year in NA, that's a huge change mentally. And just as a player, like everybody knows NA plays differently from EU because NA is that much better.
I like this take.
So it takes a while to adjust. And Double Lift, I think Bjergsen will get in his head a lot. I think Bjergsen's probably going to hard camp him. Maybe we'll see another Akali game. And Bjergsen will tilt off the face of the earth because he's like, man, I could still be on TSM, but I gave it all away.
I mean, he's done pretty well since leaving.
Okay, so to sum it up, you're saying TSM is they took a year to warm up, and now they're going to be in form. We're going to see Sven do really well, and Double Lift is going to have a mental breakdown because he's facing TSM.
Exactly. He's going like, man, I wish I was still on this team.
Yeah.
I wish Steve didn't like attract me with money.
Yeah. Steve's back there somewhere. Mark, what do you think of this take?
So I actually don't think it's the craziest take of all time, just because it didn't happen in the C9 series, but TSM has played a fair amount of Kalista. They did try Lucian in that series, and I could see a world where they take the Kalista and they actually do pretty well in the bot lane, but I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think Double Lift's going to int or feed or anything like that. I think. Thank you. I think Double Lift will be just fine. For the most part, I like when they pick these strong laners for Sven or even Ezreal or whatever, and they just kind of leave them on an island to just be good by themselves and play more around Bjergsen and Broken Blade.
Yeah, I feel like normally TL doesn't tend to lose in the bot lane. It's like something else goes wrong.
That normally happens at Worlds, but like not in AL.
It's too early.
So what's your take?
Yeah, no, I agree with what Mark said. I don't think TL's botlane is gonna like struggle as much as you think, but for sure TSM botlane showed that they're pretty strong, especially with Kalista. In the end, I don't think like TL's bot lane is going to have a big problem. I think it's going to be really even, and I think the junglers are going to influence the lanes the most, I would say.
So if TL loses, where do you think that breakdown will happen? If we think it's not the bot lane, where's the issue going to be?
Wait, if TL is going to lose?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you wanted your boy Acadian to win. How do they do it?
Jungle, Smithy, ints too. TL just ints, period.
The
It's
entire
Smithy
team
in the jungle? Smithy's going to pick J4 all 3 games, and we all know what happens when NA picks J4 in the jungle.
Don't worry, Crumbs is here to tell us why not to pick J4 later on.
Well, I think that Acadian and Bergson, they played really good together lately, and I think they really like certain combos, like Nocturne and Lissandra. I think they are like probably the best team with Nocturne and Lissandra. So I feel like if they get a good combo, I think they can win through mid lane a lot. And I think Broken Blade showed that he's really strong on carries. I think it's gonna be, I would say, difficult for TSM to win if they don't get Broken Blade on these really good comfort champs, I would say, or getting good combos in mid jungle. I think that's gonna be their winning condition.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kyle, for coming on the show. But I think we're going to move on to our next guest. But any shout-outs you want to say?
Shout out to Lady Lake, Florida, the #1 retirement community in the country.
Guys, loyal.
It's where all former esports players will go to retire.
Yes, Lady Lake, Florida, a secret sponsor of this show. So what else is going on? What do you are you sad, by the way, there's no 3rd, 4th place match, or do you not?
I think 3rd, 4th place match is
A little bit closer on the mic.
3rd, 4th place match. I don't know. I played it myself a few times. I don't think it's as exciting because it's you already lost.
Right.
But obviously still an exciting match. Both teams still want to get the first place, so it's the losers battle. The losers bracket, I would say.
Yeah. What do you think of the LEC format, where you play on that day you might play the finals?
With the round robin system. I think it's really interesting. I actually like it a lot, especially since Origin has another chance after losing. I think that's really cool, and I'm excited how it plays out.
Gotcha.
Let's say Origin wins it all now. That's insane. So it's I think I really like the LEC format, and I'm curious if the future maybe NALCS does the same.
Yeah. I know LCS is looking at it at least. They've mentioned that before. So, let's see. Mark is grabbing somebody. Okay, it looks like he's found somebody. We have our next guest coming to the stage right now. Shout out to Twitch chat, by the way. Yeah, you're on that one. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Thanks. It's good to be here. My name's Spencer.
Spencer, where are you from?
Yeah. I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado.
Nice. Yeah.
Couple shout outs. What do you want to talk about on the show tonight?
So I think that whichever jungler between Xmithy and Acadian actually plays the early game slower and more passively is going to end up winning the series.
It all comes down to Xmithy and Acadian?
Yes. I think that they are the most important factor. They've both had the highest variance throughout the course of the split. And when they can play more calm and relaxed matchups, both of these teams have the carry talent to win the late game, but if they mess up in the early game, give kills over to the solo laners, those solo laners are going to end up snowballing and winning the game.
All right.
I think it's interesting because more of the matchups have come down to jungle than I would have thought. So TSM C9 felt more jungle centric than I ever would have. I would have thought it was about Licorice versus Broken Blade or Niski versus Bjergsen, but Game 4 was the Acadian show, and one of the games they lost, which I think was Game 2, was also the Acadian show in a negative way. So that's happened a number of times. So I could see a world where jungle being one of the more volatile positions with TSM and Acadian, this being his first ever playoffs and first ever finals, either explodes and does terribly, or is actually pretty consistent.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think both players had really, really bad games and really, really good ones. So I think playing slow is pretty good for both teams. I think it's for sure. I would say I agree.
So what's interesting, I have a little bit of an interesting, it's funny you say this because earlier today I interviewed Broken Blade and Acadian nearby, and they, woohoo, Travis Gafford interview. And one of the things that Acadian said was that he felt like so much of the game was going to come down to his personal performance. He said basically, he's like, if I int, we're over, but if I hard carry, we win the game. So it's interesting because it seems to kind of echo what you're saying. He agrees that there's like a lot of pressure on him.
Well, especially since I think the solo lanes are pretty evenly matched. Like Jensen versus Bjergsen has been a staple of like finals for a couple times now, and it is relatively close, though Bjergsen almost always comes out ahead. Bot lane, I think Sven versus Doublelift is close, and then Core JJ versus Smoothie I think is in Core JJ's favor pretty handily, but then top lane, depending on what picks they're playing, could go either way, I think. So
Playoff impact, though.
Playoff impact's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like him, but I could see a world where it's just like this guy picks Rek'Sai, this one picks, I don't know, Sejuani or Jarvan or something, and the Rek'Sai takes over the game, which has happened a number of times in playoffs.
Or the Rek'Sai ends the game away with a little bit
Has
of
that happened in
overly
playoffs
aggressive
yet?
play. I think I don't think in playoffs.
I think it was a regular split a few times, but
Yeah.
not in playoffs.
I remember Smithy in regular split on Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
0-6 or something.
That was definitely rough.
So this is fun. And now you can steal this for the analyst test tomorrow. You can just say, okay, it's all about the jungle, because I feel like we're kind of in agreement that it's going to play a major factor.
Yeah, I mean, like, other people are going to step up and have big games the same way Bjergsen did have a monstrous game 3, but jungle was super important in the series that happened with C9 versus TSM, and I expect the same thing here.
Yeah. Which is funny because everyone's hyping up like the Bjergsen and Doublelift thing.
And Sven and Jensen.
Yeah. But maybe at the end of the day, it's all going to be the jungle, which is where people are maybe looking the least at.
Yeah.
You need to keep in mind as well that Acadian, like, I think it's his first playoffs, so like
Yep.
he's like an insane rookie in this like playoffs match. I think like he's probably like the only player who didn't, I think, was ever in finals of them. So it's gonna be like really interesting as well. Like matching against Smithy, who is like such a veteran and like has so much experience. That's like
Even
gonna be
Broken
exciting
Blade,
too.
I think in the TCL made a finals. I don't think he won, but he did.
We were talking about that. He said he's been there twice. This is his like third time in an arena.
Right.
So I think a lot of North Americans who haven't followed Broken Blade's like path, they don't necessarily know that he's like actually probably pretty comfortable on stage at this point. So it's interesting. Spencer, anything you want to shout out here to the audience?
No, thanks Alienware for throwing this event. Thanks for the free drinks. It's been really fun. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for having me on the show.
That's going in my deliverable packet for the
Cut that one out for David.
All right, next guest. Why don't we rotate Crumbs in?
Well, do you not want to do Hi, Crumbs and I, and get the analyst desk up here?
We could do that. Hi is saying no.
What?
Crumbs, are you down to come on? Okay, Crumbs is on. Power of Evil,
Come
thank you
on,
so
Hi.
much.
Wait, his wristband is red. If your wristband is red, you have to come up.
Everybody give Power of Evil a round of applause. Thank you, Power of Evil. Welcome to the show, Crumbs. Mark, do you want to go grab our next guest while we...
I can't talk to Crumbs. He's my boy.
I am the next guest. I'm trying to save time.
What? Save time.
Say something to him, and then go find something.
How you doing since I last saw you 3 hours ago?
Cheers.
Yeah, dude.
Great. I'm glad you're talking to Crumbs while...
All right, I'll go get
friendship
next
looks like, Travis.
You don't
Great.
need to say anything, you know?
I don't have friends, so I don't know what friendship looks like. Let's Crumbs, what do you think of St. Louis so far? Pick up the microphone.
I'm allowed to lie, right?
Yes.
The barbecue was nice.
You do, holy moly.
No, that's true.
Okay, well, you can't say I'm allowed to lie and then immediately...
No, the barbecue is good. The ribs were very tasty.
Did you also go to
I haven't seen anybody in this town. It's so big and I barely see people.
It is a quiet town. Today, Brodin and I birded back to our hotel, and I'm way too afraid to bird. And for those of you that are watching and don't have, it's like an electric scooter that you can take down the street. And
There's birds here?
Yeah, there's birds here.
Nice.
And it's actually the perfect city to bird in because there's like no traffic. In LA, I would be afraid that I'd die within 10 seconds. But we were just going down the street here. It was fine.
Let me tell you what happened in St. Louis so far. I forgot my socks. I didn't pack any socks. And I went to Foot Locker. I took a lift to it. And
LEC sponsor, by the way.
when my driver dropped me off, as soon as I got out of Foot Locker, got my socks, she's like, I felt bad leaving you here. I had to come pick you right back up. This is a dangerous area.
area?
So she gave me a ride back to the hotel and remorseful. about leaving me there. So that was my first impression of St. Louis.
High praise for St. Louis right now.
Great driver.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ryan. I'm calling from Coalfield, Tennessee.
Dude,
Coalfield, Tennessee.
Didn't we just see each other? Yeah, I know this
There's
guy.
a lot of applause for Tennessee.
We met outside at the car.
Yeah, dude, we got pics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not weird pictures.
Okay.
Like, just don't.
I don't know what that means. Is that a Tennessee thing? Regardless, what do you want to talk about on the show?
Okay, I want to talk about how I think Team Liquid should actually enable Impact in this series. And instead of, because, Broken Blade versus Impact, carry-wise, traditionally, regular season especially, Broken Blade seems to have had his number. But playoff Impact is activated, so I think that they should play through Impact.
So TL should play through Impact because he's really good in the playoffs.
Yes, and I think if you can shut down Broken Blade, then you could probably have a good chance to win.
Crumbs, do you have a take on this?
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, Travis, you break this one down first. How about?
Yeah, go ahead,
Should
Travis.
they play through? This is not my expertise. Top lane is not my expertise.
Oh, you have an expertise?
Esports interviews are my expertise.
Oh, big oof.
I don't actually. So I think this is really interesting because I do think people hype up Broken Blade a ton, and people I feel like have been kind of downplaying Impact this split, right? Both him and Xmithy, I think people have been talking about like, okay, these might be the weaker areas of TL. And so I do think that there is, like, as much focus as there has been on Bjergsen and Doublelift, I do think that there is, like, both of those top laners should be feeling like there's something on the line, which is, like, kind of their credibility in this space, too. Because, like, Broken Blade really, I think, wants to prove himself this split and really has in a pretty big way, but taking down Impact in the finals, I think, would be pretty good.
It's all champ reliant. It doesn't matter what strategy you set out. It's all champ reliant. Someone picks Cho, you don't go top lane anymore. They pick Kale, you go top lane. That's what's going to happen. Depending on the champions they pick, it's going to go in that lane.
Right, but to the caller's point, if it is champ dependent, then you're spending, instead of in-game resources necessarily, out like draft resources on getting counter pick and these kinds of things. So do you think then that Team Liquid should focus on giving Impact counter pick and like playing through him in that regard?
I think you focus on in like 1 or 2 games. So you spread it across the series. It's a series. So you take the strategy that works one game. Okay, we got to win here through Impact. They're expecting that game too. Go through mid lane the next game. Go back to Impact, then you go to bottom lane. So you got 3 wins right there. You always have to mix and match. That's what you do as a solid team that can play through all lanes. So that's what they have to do. It doesn't matter if you just say, we're always going to go to Impact. Like, that's too telegraphed. It's too obvious. The draft becomes too obvious. So you always vary it, but that's why TSM keeps saying, like, no, they don't know how to play through other lanes. Like, we can do that, and that's what they're banking on, right? That they can play through every single lane and just keep changing it up per game, whereas Team Liquid apparently can't do that, which I don't believe. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to do that.
I still like that idea, though, that you're saying, like, maybe one game you are counter-picking Victor into whatever, Vlad or something, and, like, you can do those kind of counter-picks, and if it doesn't work, you can always swap up the priority pretty heavily. So I do like that idea of maybe not hard saying, like, let's play through Impact, but, like,
giving it a game or two.
Yeah, like, see how it's working, and there's so many good players in this series that, like, I feel like the draft should change up a fair amount game to game. I would be surprised outside the winning team, but like every time the losing team should probably come in with a really different strategy. And I think Zix in particular and the coaching staff especially showcased that in the C9 series where they made really smart adaptations across the series.
They banned Tarek.
And they picked Rek'Sai for Acadian. Yeah, see, they had your...
Dude, okay, but what about Tarek's son? Like, for real, that thing is going to plague the series. It's going to plague it.
I love how you say plague.
It is a plague. Yeah. It is
100%.
No, because we were thinking about it. What if you first pick Tarek, right? None of them banned. You first pick Tarek. Does Red Side pick Sona now?
Absolutely not. I think Sona is like
right?
a fake champ most of the time.
Well, Tarek is still a pretty decent support just in his own
exactly.
right. Like, you don't have to have the Sona to make a comp with Tarek.
So do you deny it, or you let Blue Side take Tarek Sona in 1 and 2 rotations?
Okay, I see the question.
Yeah, so I think it's actually going to, if TSM didn't pick it up in the off week, I think it will turn into like Red Side bans Tarek.
There's no way they didn't pick it up. It's
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they did pick it up, then it turns into Red Side has to ban Tarek because then you first pick Tarek, the other guy has to pick Sona, or you get Tarek Sona.
So Red Side has 2 permabans, Silas, Tarek, already, right?
I would maybe leave Silas up versus Team Liquid. because I don't think they have a great Silas play. Like Jensen, as much as I love Jensen, he's been notoriously slow to pick up new champs. He didn't play Akali or Aurelia in Worlds last year.
Dude, I don't know, man. Playing against Silas is
Silas is pretty
such
dumb.
a pain in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ass.
Yeah, I hate that. I literally
wanna
hate
risk
that
it.
champion with everything inside of me. Like I can't do it with Silas, dude.
Well, do you have anything you want to shout out to the audience?
Yeah, a couple shout outs. Shout out to my big brother over here. He worked a 12-hour shift. He's a
Big
nurse.
brother!
And then we drove straight to St. Louis.
He worked a 12-hour shift and then drove straight here?
Yeah.
Damn.
Secondly, to the jungler that entered my Game 3 and my Gold 3 promos last night. I don't know which camera I'm supposed to look at.
What's his player ID?
I don't know. I don't remember. But it did hurt because I've been struggling, man. I've been having to abuse Lux and Galio support to get out of silver. And then I get to Gold 3 promos, and he ends me like that, dude. I just don't
That's
get
tough.
it.
That's
Come
messed
on,
up,
Riot.
you.
Come on, Riot. All right. Hey, thank you guys for
Thank
having
you
me.
so
though.
much.
Appreciate y'all.
That was great. So we gave out, because of Alienware and Intel, we were able to give out drink tickets, and I feel like that's really helped the
Alienware
audience.
provided all the drinks.
Yes.
Computers and drinks. What else do we need?
Okay. Can we do one more? Okay, we'll do it. Crumbs, I've been informed that you are free to go now because we have, I mean, you can go get another drink. It looks like you're empty. Because I've heard that we have successfully convinced Reggie and Steve to come on the show.
Crumbs, get me another beer. It's so one-sided.
Yeah, and we had.
Yeah, we got some TL.
TSM.
Let's go, Liquid!
This crowd is.
Free SM! Free SM! Free SM! Free SM!
Okay. Can we continue the show now, please? That would. So, TSM and TL shouts in the house. First off, welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us, Travis.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you.
Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. How's the trip been for you guys so far?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I've had a good time. We had the owners meeting today, so hung out with Riot and the other owners.
Can you share any secrets from the owners meeting?
How was
we
the
signed
owners?
an NDA. So, no.
Was there any yelling? Any yelling?
Actually, it was very.
Lots
it
of
was
yelling by
civil.
Steve because he's getting ready to lose.
That's what the owners meeting was. Yikes.
No, it was actually pretty civil.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well,
Productive.
good. So first off, it's pretty hype. I mean, so I want to acknowledge, first off, I've heard TSM chants for years and years and years, but congratulations to Steve. Worth noting that there's a lot more TL chants than there were a couple
A
years ago.
hell of a lot more. I love you guys. I love you.
I'm actually really happy for Steve. This is like the first year that I've ever heard a CL chant.
This is the first year?
Well, you weren't in any of the finals last year, so you wouldn't have heard them.
Damn. Wow. Paid by Steve.
What jersey am I wearing? What is this?
Oh my God.
Was paid by Steve.
Says the former
Formerly
coach of
paid by Steve.
former coach of Team Liquid, stepping in there. But
I remember beating Mark a lot when he was coaching for TL.
Yeah, that was a rough time. Let's not talk about that.
So first off, welcome to the show. Thanks so much. Glad you guys are here. And what's this been like for you, Steve? Because last year was definitely your year, but I feel like you had a long-standing desire to throw TSM down, and this is the first time you'll have a chance to do that. You're meeting them in the finals. Is this any more exciting for you than the finals last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that, TSM has had a lot of championships. Let's not argue that. Those are facts, right? Like, how many trophies do you have in your
If you
house
could
or
if you could do
whatever?
math, three times more than you.
Okay, so whatever. It's a lot. It's a
six.
hey. So this is a fact, right? This is a fact. He has a lot of trophies, but the thing is that I feel like Andy's just like living in the past, right? Like he just doesn't get it, and he doesn't realize that last year against Clutch, he lost, right? Like he sucked in playoffs.
got a Clutch fan.
Okay, there's one Clutch fan
You got
here.
a Clutch fan
Exactly.
in the audience. Yeah.
So, the thing is that he sucked last year. He got pretty lucky against Cloud9. Let's be real, like barely won. I don't know. I'm sorry, but that wasn't very convincing for me. And then he's talking all this shit, and it's like, dude, I'm just gonna shut you down.
Those tweets were
tomorrow.
great.
Just shut
by the
up.
way.
I mean, like if you look at it from Team Liquid's perspective, right? You would imagine that they would be able to understand and sympathize because they lose to teams like Clutch every single year, and it's only been recently that they've actually won.
What matters is recently, all right? Stop living in the past.
But the great thing about this, by the way, is that when they were debating whether or not they would come on the show, they were talking should we play nice? And they're like, yeah, maybe we should play nice. And then they immediately get up here and just start smacking each other.
It's natural.
I mean, I think outside the game, we're pretty good friends, but when it comes to competition, Steve and I have had a really long rivalry, right, for 10 years now or so. And it's always actually been a case of me just dumpstering on TL until recently. And so it's been a lot more competitive lately, but for most of our relationship, it's been really one-sided.
Here's the thing: is Andy's talking all this shit, right? He's coming at me with all this confidence. And the thing is that I know you're not really that confident. You know how scrims went. You know that you're gonna lose tomorrow.
Steve,
your percentage chance is very, very small, and you're talking all this shit
Okay.
when you can't back it up. That's the
Okay.
deal.
Hey, credit
It's all
to Steve.
fake.
Credit to Steve. He's actually performed really well at the beginning of the season, but their team looked really boosted actually going into playoffs. They were losing to FlyQuest. They lost to
We
a
went
bunch
3-0
of
against FlyQuest.
Yeah, but FlyQuest wasn't even good in the semis. If you look at the teams you lost to freaking FlyQuest, you lost to Echo Fox, and then you got stomped by us.
Andy, okay, here's the thing. If you have all this confidence, why don't you just put your money where your mouth is, all right? Seriously, this is bullshit.
What do you want to bet?
No. Seriously, I'm 100% serious. My personal money, okay? $100,000 on tomorrow's match. No fucking joke.
Done.
Seriously,
done,
no
done,
fucking joke.
Done. We're gonna stop you tomorrow.
Oh, my God. So,
Easy money.
there we go.
We'll see.
$100,000 on
Oh my
tomorrow's
God.
match. I'm really happy we decided to do Hotline League and we got them to come on.
Yeah, this is get that one on Reddit.
Yeah. Do you guys have predictions?
I don't know where you go from there.
Yeah, I don't know where we go from there.
That's the
Okay,
climax of the
so-
show. Thanks for coming out.
So obviously,
That's
Andy,
a lot of
Andy
money for
picks
Steve.
TSM.
He didn't think about it.
Obviously, Andy picks TSM to win. Steve picks TL. How many games?
I mean, not trash talking. I think it's gonna be a really close series. I think we'll win 3-2, 3-1.
Obviously, other way around. 3-2, 3-1.
So obviously, I think everyone agrees pretty close series. That's been talked a lot about. The other thing that's been talked a lot about this week is greatest of all time in North America. And up. So up until recently, it was Bjergsen hands down, but Doublelift has kind of inserted himself into the conversation. What is Reggie's pitch for Bjergsen being the greatest of all time and Steve's pitch for Doublelift being the greatest of all time? I'd love to hear the owner's perspective on their own players.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's probably not something that the players really think about too much. They think about a lot of it's international success, right? That's definitely a narrative that we're talking about here. I personally think that Bjergsen's actually more impactful than Doublelift, but at the same time too, we don't really know how long their career is going to go on for, right?
Yeah.
Doublelift started his career probably 3 or 4 years before Bjergsen has, right? And he didn't start playing until season 4, whereas Doublelift played starting season 1. So it's really hard to compare. We're going to have to see. I think it's going to take more time. And on top of that, too, you're comparing 2 different roles, which is really awkward.
Yep. I can see that.
I mean, from my perspective, I feel like Doublelift has earned his respect for being the best player in North America by winning championships on multiple different organizations, right, over time. And he has overcome so much when people thought that he might not do well. And last year he was able to win a championship. This guy's got grit, he's got determination, he's proven track record, and I think he wants it more, just in scrims and just being around him. He's willing to sacrifice anything but around his life except for focusing on winning. It's just that's it. That's all he wants. So I think he's got it. He's earned his respect as the best.
Well, we'll find out what happens tomorrow. Quick plug, by the way, Steve. I think you're actually throwing a party here tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes. I mean, I hate to promote it because we already sold out online, but yeah, we're going to have a party here in St. Louis just to kind of give back to the community and fans that are in the area. It's going to be super hype. We're going to have the players here. We're going to have all kinds of activations and free shit. So, yeah, to the lucky folks that got tickets online.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Well, thanks for doing this. I don't know, Mark, if you have any other questions. I mean, I feel like we're running after the 100,000 bet. It's just hard to come up with anything.
Surprising. No, I think we covered a lot of it. Who they think's gonna win?
How many games choose the best?
Yeah, we already said who the games are.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Oh,
I really
awesome.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you so much.
Big round of applause. Let's grab. We've got enough time. Let's grab one pro, and we'll take another caller. It looks like they're picking Apollo first.
Apollo has been sacrificed.
Yeah.
No, Apollo, bring it up.
You can bring the drink. It's a non-alcoholic drink. Yes, it's not.
Yeah, just like my non-alcoholic
pro
beers.
players.
Mainly soda that they poured me.
Why is it so blue? Is that
I
UV
didn't-
blue?
I actually didn't really read what was in it, except for soda. It was soda.
Yes, it's pros don't consume alcohol. How
Yeah.
are you enjoying St. Louis so far?
I got here a couple hours ago. I was starving. Went to go see the Arc thing. What is it? The Gateway.
The
Arch?
Gateway to the
Arch?
West.
Sorry, my bad, guys. And it was really cool looking. And then I ate a ton, and now I'm here.
Okay. Well, welcome. Now's the best part of your trip so far, I'm sure.
It was. The eating was amazing.
Like, especially when Andy was on stage saying, like, TL, you guys lost to Echo Fox.
And Clutch,
I-
those losers.
Thankfully, I didn't hear that.
Whoops.
Yikes. Well, let's take a caller.
Yeah, let's
let
take
me
a
go.
call. Let's take
Go
a
fuck off
Who
somewhere.
wants to come up? Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. Like I said, I just ate. I feel amazing right now.
You feel amazing?
Yeah.
Very good. Is it hard watching the finals tomorrow? Are you hyped for it?
I'm totally fine. It's okay. I'm not sad.
I can tell. You sound so enthusiastic.
Yes, that's
Yes.
me. How are you doing, Travis?
I'm doing great. Actually, this is awesome. We did a live Hotline League in Miami with an audience, and I feel like we've had more than twice as many people show up, and everyone here is super great. I think it might be partly the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Well,
that.
I wasn't invited to the Miami one. I don't think.
Yes, you were.
I don't think so. That's the
No,
weird
you were
thing.
playing, right?
I was. I still wasn't invited.
I invited everybody. You were
Okay.
invited. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. We just lost DeMonte and GoldenGlue. No, they're going to the bar.
I think they're getting
fine.
drinks.
Mark is taking a while
Non-alcoholic
to find
drinks.
somebody. Mark really doesn't like people's takes. That's what I'm realizing as we wait patiently.
We're getting our caller.
Oh, we've got
okay,
somebody.
nice.
Hello. Welcome to
Hello.
the show. That seat is yours.
This is you, my
Mark,
friend.
this seat is still yours. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Alex. However, everyone might know me by a different name, Dr. Manhattan.
Dr.
In person.
Yeah.
All right.
Dr. Manhattan, frequent Hotline League caller. Welcome to the show, Dr. Manhattan.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure
Yeah,
to be
I
here.
feel like your hair is longer.
It is much longer than when you met me. This is like
Yes.
6-8 months of growing.
I didn't know. I don't know what I would have imagined that you looked like, but I would have not bet on this.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. It's
A
just
big,
like I never would have sketched.
A naked blue man, I think, is what Dr.
I'm not a blue man who can just manifest matter into his will. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Watchmen
If
references.
you are
Let's
from
move on.
D.C.
I am from Washington D.C. Yes.
I knew it. I remember. I always forget, but this time I remembered. What do you want to talk about on the show?
My main take is for the MVP conversation going on right now, and in
The
my
MVP conversation.
and the fact is, in my opinion, Core JJ is the only choice for MVP tomorrow.
Core JJ.
That's debatable.
You said it's debatable.
Yeah, because I'm here.
I'm
standing
Apollo,
right next
I can
to
respect
you,
that, Apollo. I can definitely
and
respect that.
I feel like
Well-
I'm another option.
Yes. Well, Apollo
What
got
do you
robbed
think?
if he doesn't get it.
Why am I not an MVP for you? Can you explain us?
I mean,
he got a penta.
It's between you and a world champion. So I mean,
Okay, that's actually just the best argument you can give. I would also choose Core JJ.
Would you actually?
I chose Core JJ.
Oh, did you get a vote?
Yes, I did.
You're not supposed to disclose that, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Just everyone
Leaked.
forget
No
that.
one watches this show anyways,
Yeah,
so just
yeah.
keep going.
It's
good.
just between all of us here.
Between
So,
the
well,
other
okay.
3,000 people
Dr.
watching.
Manhattan, why Core JJ?
Yeah, besides him being a world champion.
Well, besides that, it seemed like when TL fell off in the later half, it seemed like Core JJ just wasn't so much on form, and that's more speaking to the fact that of how valuable of a player he is and how much he contributes to the engages when we consider the importance of jungle support as a whole and just in general how just again I can't speak how much more he's impactful to the bot lane and so much of the engages on Team Liquid. So it's either him, and also I think that this is kind of a side take. I think there needs to be an improved kind of like postseason MVP in a way because I think that the way LCS does it right now is just kind of poor.
Okay, so first we'll tackle the Core JJ thing.
Well, I think I can chime in on the second half pretty
Yeah.
quick. There is a player of the series, as there's always been for the finals, but now it's officially being called. I can't remember if it's finals MVP or postseason MVP. So they might have adjusted.
It's playoff. It's called like finals MVP, but that to me just feels like player of the series. I think there need like the way other sports do it. Like there's a postseason MVP.
Right.
If we're having that conversation, I feel like Bjergsen would win that hands down. Like that dude's been smurfing.
Yeah, he's been dope. Let's go back to the first point. You've played against Core JJ. What is that like? You have experience in the bot lane against him, so maybe.
I've played against him in both roles, actually, technically. I mean, because
How
he played
much
AD
better of a
carry.
support is he than an AD?
Okay. Well, he's a little bit better on support. But even when he was playing AD carry, I think he was still, like, good. He just wasn't, like, he wasn't up there. And then he did some, training in Korea, and he became really good. I mean, he was hands down the best support in the LCS last split. But it is kind of hard to judge, like, especially when you're a team like Team Liquid, where clearly they have 5 really good players, and all of them are working together. It's not just one person smurfing, and then he's like carrying the team alone. So it is kind of hard to understand that. That being said, though, it's the fact that he's clearly been the best this split by a huge margin. It's really hard not to give him MVP. I think, it's really hard not to.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, it was definitely a split where it felt like the top 3 teams, no offense, were so much better than the rest of the league.
Right.
And each of them had,
So much better. Just so much better.
I totally agree, dude. The rest of the league sucked.
They were just so bad. I don't even
So
remember
bad.
who they were.
It's fine, Apollo.
But it felt like each of them had, like, their entrant for the MVP discussion, where, like, TLL had Core JJ, C9
Right.
had Licorice, and TSM had Bjergsen.
Right,
and it
right.
felt like that's it.
Yeah.
So it is interesting. And then, of course, he's on the best of those 3 teams for the
Right.
regular season. So in that sense, it did feel kind of like he's
And
the
we're
favorite.
excluding playoffs right now, too. That's
Right,
the
there's no
thing.
playoffs.
Yeah.
So.
I have a question because there's a chance, there's a rumor. I don't know if you guys have heard this, that Dignitas might be returning. And I'm curious, do you guys think Steve should be worried about losing Core JJ? He's the prodigal son returns to Dignitas.
QD will come back to the NALCS. Don't at me. It's just a leak.
Yes, he should be very worried.
How big is the check that they can write?
Yeah, how much is Dig offering?
It's not going to be about money. It's just he's gonna feel the
I think it's
pull.
about money because Steve just bet $100,000 of his personal money on stage. So I think it's about money a little bit.
It's just they'll offer him mouse pads, and as we know, the Core JJ mouse pad, he must have lost the Dignitas one at some point in time. He can get it back.
He'll have a lot more than just one mouse, but I assume.
I don't know. I think that's the magic that carried him through 2016 Worlds. All right, so I think it sounds like we're in agreement that Core JJ is like a pretty solid winner for MVP if he gets it.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement.
Even if it seemed like Dash might have leaked Bjergsen.
That was not a leak.
The problem is Dash has not come out and said anything about it, right?
I don't
What was
remember.
this leak? I didn't hear
So
about it.
there was
It's not leaked.
There was a segment where Dash brain farted after.
It goes like this. Dash goes like this. He looks at the camera and it's like, is there a chance that we'll see TSM just rely heavily on the MVP of their team and it looked so.
It was such a long pause. In the moment, it didn't feel that long.
You go to a wide, and Mark is like holding back a snicker.
So the funny thing was, I wasn't listening to Dash at all. I had a producer in my ear tell me to shut up because we're going to break, and I made a face at the camera like, "Don't tell me to shut up." And then like they go to the wide, and that was like what my face was. So then I started like smirking because I'm laughing at myself because I'm hilarious. And then I didn't realize that like what James had even said at all. I didn't know what Dash said. So suddenly I'm like a culpable party in confirming a leak. And I was like, what are we even talking about?
Do you know the MVP, Mark?
I do.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, regardless, we'll find out
soon. I'll talk to you
after. So give me a couple more beers and we'll see.
Dr. Manhattan, any shout-outs or anything you want to say?
Just a few shout-outs. Shout out to chat. Be nice or else I will moderate. Shout out to Artie Loves You, the best Zoe one trick in Diamond 1. And shout out to Alienware and Tidy Cats.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
I hope my Alienware reps are hearing this. There's somewhere around here. All right. Should we rotate to another pro player?
Hey, thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Let's get Will up here.
Who's next?
Thank you, dude. I hear some Medios chants.
Yeah, I feel like Medios is next up. Will you please?
Medios Hartman. You can bring.
There we go.
You can bring the drink. Do you want your drink? You can bring it. What? Do you want your drink?
I'm not too thirsty. I'm good.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the show, Medios. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining me on my show.
Okay.
What's the name of this show?
Whatever.
Whatever with Medios.
Yeah. Are you excited for the finals tomorrow?
Oh yeah, big time.
That does not sound legitimate at all.
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay. Well, maybe we should grab a caller.
Who do you think's gonna win?
TL.
What's the score? What's the score?
3-3.
3.
I know. Are you? There's math. Someone has to have more of those numbers.
Now I understand why Medios didn't bring his drink. He's clearly had enough. Do you want to go grab another?
No, I'm enjoying this conversation.
All right,
bring
your
high.
hand.
You want high?
We want high.
Yeah! Woo!
The Cloud9 reunion.
The reunion show. It's
it's a little hot in here. You look red.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm kind of embarrassed to be on stage, actually. That's why
Okay.
I'm blush, you know?
That's understandable.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to be on a show with Travis Gafford.
What the? Welcome to the show, Hi. Glad
Thank
to
you.
have you here. So neither of you has a hot take, so we need to generate one because clearly we don't have a good way to talk about this. So do you also think that TL's going to win tomorrow?
Well, I'm on broadcast tomorrow to tell that, so I probably shouldn't say that now.
I already spoiled mine on the
Really?
dive and on this show. Well, because
What was yours?
I said TSM 3-2.
Wait, really? Wait,
But
how
I
much
was
did you
very
drink
close
tonight?
to flip-flopping.
Wait, how much did you drink?
Like only 3, I guess.
All right, so
do you
you
think
spoiled
TL?
yours?
What if TL starts up 2-0 and then picks a no CC comp, then a Z comp, and then gets reverse swept?
So funnily enough, as we were talking about this on the dive, and I picked TSM, and then as we were talking through it, I was like, well, to be fair, C9 kind of threw that series with their drafts, and TSM really out-drafted them. And that was the closest I got to talking myself out of TSM, was like how good their drafts were because C9 kind of into drafts.
Why are people first picking Jarvan?
I don't know.
It's a mystery to us all.
Don't you love Jarvan, or are you one of those players who's like, you get flayed out of every combo, you get hooked?
Here's the thing. I think Jarvan's good. He's better against immobile champs, and he's better with Electrocute over Conqueror.
What about Halo Blades, J4?
Whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like first picking it, I think it's kind of troll.
I agree.
Hi, since Marcus spoiled his prediction, will you share yours?
You may as well. He has his own microphone.
I like this, though.
Put both up so you can like. Ugh.
All right. There should be no reason that Team Liquid does not 3-1 TSM. They're only losing one because they're trolling.
No reason.
No reason.
Why would they 3-1 though? Better players?
Okay, here's
Better
the
team
thing.
wins?
Here's the thing. I was playing auto chess with Smithy last night, and he 3-0'd everybody. He won every game.
Were you going 3-0 in auto chess?
Yeah, it was eight person pre-made, and Smithy won every game.
Right, but you would be like, oh, okay, I see what you're
With
saying.
the same
Okay.
group.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's a great.
I was like, you
meme.
go like 42-8 in an auto chess game or some stuff, you know?
Yeah, he was smurfing hard.
So let me ask Kai though. You said there's no reason they shouldn't 3-1. If you're so confident, why are you having them drop a game?
Well, even if I think they're gonna win, I think they might troll a game with a bad draft. But if you think of Team Liquid, they have a better player in every role except for mid. And there's no reason that they should lose when they're trying to build a team to win Worlds. If they lose here, it's kind of shameful from them point of view. Whereas you don't expect TSM to win. Like, you do if you're a fan of them. But if you're trying to look at the game analytically, there's just no reason they should win. But they could.
They had better players in every role against some of these other teams that they lost at the end of the split, right? Why are they losing those games then?
Well, at that point, they already secured first. They may or not played too much auto chess at that time when they lost.
Is auto chess going to be the new
C9
Fortnite
Classic.
meme?
Oh no, there's a new WoW expansion. Time to
Fortnite.
I did not play WoW. That was this guy. Just tossing that out there.
Legion was good.
I did not play Legion.
It was good.
So, would you be down to throwing some money on that $100,000 bet with Steve?
I don't have 100,000 to throw down that I want to.
He's got his esports organization is not at TL level yet.
Yeah, we're not that big yet, Mark. Radiance isn't that big
My
yet.
bad.
Give me some time. I'll bet like $5 with Meteos. I don't know.
What do we think the odds of Optic winning it all is?
I wouldn't give it a very high.
I really like that merch, dude. I like the kind of nice gray.
I think it's possible.
Why are you wearing a CLG hoodie, by the way?
I honestly couldn't say. It's because I haven't gotten an Optic hoodie yet.
Understandable.
I think Optic's chance of winning
everything,
a game or
finals, bro.
Finals. Oh, like this finals?
Yes.
0.
Hater.
There would be a lot of disqualifications.
Oh my God! By God, Meteos is coming down the hallway.
He's 1v5ing.
Yeah.
We've had a disqualified TL, but in their place we've got Meteos representing Optic, and he's going to take them all out.
I think Meteos, you'd do great in this series if you somehow ended up in it. I feel like this is the series for Meteos. It's like control game, pretty long team fight focus.
That's what you want to hear when you're at finals.
60-minute Lee Sin.
Yeah.
W.
Are you guys both sad that C9 didn't make it?
I was sad.
Do you have loyalty still to C9 at all, Meteos?
I mean, they're my friends. I want to see them do well.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad they lost.
Yeah.
I was pretty sad that they got reverse sweeped. It's very ironic that C9 got reverse sweeped.
Yeah.
Definitely was pretty sad on
Now you know my
I noticed when High was on the team, they were usually the reverse sweepers.
Yeah, a lot has changed since we left the team, huh? I don't think they've ever won since we left the team.
That's weird.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
We're getting the band back together.
Maybe they made a mistake. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
no one knows.
You can hit up. Oh, I guess Meteos can't, but Hi, you can hit up Jack and see if there's an opportunity for you over there. Do you have any other questions for these guys?
No.
Okay.
We got them all.
You got any questions for us?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Thank you,
No.
Meteos. Thank you, Meteos and Hi. Do you guys have any shout-outs? Anything you want to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Come watch Meteos' like random WoW streams that you used to do with like no cam.
Hi, shout out your esports org.
Yeah, come support my new org, Radiance. We're about being friendly, respectful, and positive, which is what the scene needs.
Do you are you guys competing?
Have
in
you
something
considered
soon?
picking up Tyler 1?
You know, he was the first person that came to mind when I thought about respectful, positive, and friendly. I've had a few experiences with him where he put me on the Santa good list, and I would receive, gifts since I was on his good list. Something like that.
Okay.
Is the
Sounds
gift
good.
like a random 010 Draven? Is that what you got gifted?
No.
Okay.
Thanks, guys, for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Anytime.
We can do our. Actually, why don't you go grab a guest while I talk to the camera.
Well, don't I also need a player?
You can find a player as well. Find a player and a guest. Whenever I'm done with this ad, you can find them. There we go. All right. So really quickly. Oh.
This is how we're doing it now.
We don't
What's
need to
up,
guess.
guys? Let's go.
We have 2 pro
No break
players.
time.
We'll talk to them in a second. Yeah. But before we get to the lovely people on the show, I want to give a shout out to Alienware and Intel for making
Me
this
too.
possible.
Thank you. Thank you, Alienware and Intel.
So you guys don't need a help plug, but I appreciate
I love
it.
computers.
I love computers.
GoldenGlue in particular, you have a conflict. Don't say anything. But I want to give a shout out to Alienware and Intel. Actually, in the back, and we don't have a camera unfortunately back there, but my live producer Buddy Hutton is using the Area 51M. You've seen there's
we got a bingo.
this
Wait,
guy-
let me.
Can we bring this up really quickly? This lovely gentleman, we'll figure out
These
a way
are
to
all
credit him
shameless
shortly.
plugs, guys.
He's got a bingo board for the show.
I like my camera dying.
There's like 100
Where's the
key trash
100K?
talk.
Where's the 100K on the thing?
One of them is Area 51M. If that gets a shout out, that gets circled, I think. So
Yeah, it's up there at
yeah.
the top.
So it's right here.
Yep.
So he's almost got bingo because I said that. Okay.
Well,
whatever.
Riot Games could do better. No. I just read it. I can't. That's too meta. That's too meta.
You don't get to count that. Yeah. But I already know
he
one
was so
color, by the way,
excited.
who does.
Oh,
what.
offline TV mention's gonna happen.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the break. The Area 51M, which is on the bingo board, you can give it back to this lovely gentleman. It's in the back. It's got a Intel i9 in it, and that's what's helping us make the whole show possible. So not only did they help make the venue happen, the show happen, the production happen, the free drinks happen. Woo! But also they provided the notebook that's powering this whole thing. Actually, here's an Area 51M right here, sitting between Wild Turtle and Mark. So honestly speaking, though, they did an incredible amount of help here. This is definitely the best live Hotline League we've been able to do, and that's because they were able to help out so much on the event planning and so much more. So thank you to Alienware, thank you to Intel for making the whole show happen. Really appreciate it. If you like the show, go tweet at them and tell them that you are happy that they made this happen, even if you're here in person. All right. That's enough of that. Welcome to the show, Wild Turtle and GoldenGlue. We were going to
Thanks
try
for
to
having
get
us.
somebody from the audience, but you both stormed up here. How are you guys enjoying St. Louis so far?
It's been pretty chill, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty great. We had some pretty good food, and we just been hanging out. Everyone's been super friendly.
Did
and
you eat
everyone's so
barbecue?
friendly out here.
we did not eat barbecue yet. That's on the schedule though. Don't worry, we're gonna be getting some barbecue
bucket
in
list.
my stomach.
You
I'm
guys
from
have-
the South, so I gotta get my barbecue.
You guys haven't had barbecue. How long have you? Oh, you got in today.
Yeah, we got in today. We didn't really do much. We just went and ate, I think.
Are you guys both in like the 1v1 stuff that's happening tomorrow?
I think he is.
I'm
I
a part
don't-
of that
I'm not
one,
doing
yeah.
it.
I'm trying to 1v1 some fans.
Academy players don't get a.
No, I guess not. It's
Oh,
just above my
unlucky.
pay
Yeah.
grade.
Oh no.
Whatever. Anyway, so let's lead with the same question we've been asking everybody. What are your guys' predictions for tomorrow?
Predictions. I don't know. I think both teams are really good. Team Liquid, obviously, they beat us, and in a pretty convincing manner. So I think TL is a really good team right now. But I also think TSM is also in really good form right now.
So you think TL tomorrow?
I think TL tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, TL tomorrow for Wild Turtle. How many games?
4.
4 games. Okay,
3-1,
so
baby.
3-1. GoldenGlue.
Actually, let's just say 5 for fun.
Oh, 5 games. 3-2. GoldenGlue. Who wins tomorrow?
I'm still a little salty that we lost to TSM, so I have to be rooting for TL.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on, even
Oh, I
though
thought you-
I know. Even though
That's not the best reason, but
it's just they took us
Take
out
it.
of the finals, so
I thought you were
I
supposed-
can't root for the team that took us out of
I
the
thought you were
finals.
supposed to root for the team that took you out. So you're like, well, we lost to the best team, and we would have beaten TL if we played them.
I mean,
that's true. We gotta.
Yeah.
TL has to win for so we can save some face.
Yeah.
nah, we're still spiteful over here. No, that's just not how it is.
Okay, so you
I
got
think it's gonna be 3-1 TL.
3-1. Okay, TL 3-1. I feel like we're getting a lot of TL predictions.
I
up
feel
here.
like a lot of the pros, especially, are TL favored. Should I swap my vote for tomorrow on the analyst desk?
Yeah, you
No,
obviously
no,
have a
you're
really
fine.
dumb.
I'm gonna
You have a
look
really
dumb.
dumb opinion, Mark. That's what I've got.
What should my reasoning be for swapping? Just who's gonna carry?
Just follow the pro players. That's
But you
your
gotta give me
reasoning.
I gotta look good while I say this. Like, what's the reason TL is gonna win, so I can steal this and put it on the broadcast tomorrow?
Hit him with it.
Whoa.
We got
I don't know if the stream heard that.
Jen-
I don't know, Mark. Can you repeat what that
Jensen
guy
on
said over
Echo.
there?
Jensen on Echo.
Yeah, that's it.
Jensen
the,
on
the
Echo.
audience
Ooh.
shouted it out. That's their prediction. But no, I mean, why do you guys think TL's going to win? Do you have a secret sauce thing, like, oh, it's going to be the jungle or the coaching or anything?
They're solid.
I mean, honestly, my opinion is that, like, I feel like after we were 2-0 versus them, I knew for sure we were going to 3-0, and we somehow didn't. So I think if TL gets in the same position, they're not going to let the game lose. That's how
So you feel like you guys kind of threw a little bit or something?
Yeah, I feel like we definitely, we made some interesting mistakes.
Are you guys going for drinks, Apollo?
Apollo and Medios, you guys getting drinks or are you leaving?
Because I could use another beer.
I'd love a drink. All right. So we got that. What else? What else do you want to talk to these guys about? Can you stop asking?
Sorry,
the pro players
it's
for
important I
alcohol?
stay hydrated.
Yeah.
GoldenGlue knows the importance of staying hydrated.
I always stay hydrated.
You gotta.
Jesus. All right. What we got? Any other? Normally we have a hot take. We got 2 pro players
What's
now.
what's
though.
a hot take?
Well, we don't have one this time.
Yeah. Normally we have a guest come up and give a hot take. But
Mark, give me a hot take.
All right, hot take. What team should you end up on?
That's a hot
So you
take.
finally get your breakthrough. Is it Clutch? Is it 100 Thieves?
Have you considered Dignitas?
Have you considered
Dignitas?
Dignitas GoldenGlue.
I don't think Jack is watching, so do you just go for it? I didn't see him in chat yet.
Actually, I don't know if he can answer because that might be considered poaching rules. Like he
Mark, I think you're really trying to get me to join your team. I don't know what, like, if you're trying to pull at the Fischio or something. Like,
Oh, no.
I don't know what you're trying
I
to
don't
do.
represent any teams, all right?
But yeah, I don't know if he can answer. So we'll
Okay.
dodge that one.
Fine.
Wild Turtle, what team should GoldenGlue end up on?
What team would you like to see GoldenGlue on?
I mean, I'm trying to see GoldenGlue play in LCS, but I don't know which team. What team do you think? Whisper in my ear. Whisper in my ear real quick. Oh, he said Dignitas, actually.
He said Dignitas.
It's so fitting because that's where you made your debut. Was you played Dignitas, you got a pentakill against Curse, which I was coaching, and you missed an Orianna ult in the fight, and
I
they
still
just
got a
auto-attack-
quadra kill. Yeah, I still killed all of you guys. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing for you guys. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it was pretty sad.
Okay, here's a question for both of you guys. Let's buzzkill this party. They're getting a little too excited. Tomorrow, either TL or TSM will win. How will they do at MSI?
Other teams? Yeah, you first.
Oh, we're gonna win for sure. Yeah, that's
All right,
it.
yeah,
yeah, we're gonna win.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna win. And then
It's
into
fucking North
breakthrough.
America. We never lose.
This is how it is.
Whenever any of this happens,
NA
like,
at MSI.
there's a bunch of
Mel
people.
Megalol.
There's a bunch of people in Twitch chat or Reddit that go, why do they? I'm from Canada. North America also includes Canada. Why aren't they shouting out
And
Canada?
especially Turtle's Canadian.
I am
know.
Canadian, yes, correct.
Got to hold it down for them, Wild Turtle.
North America. I don't know how you chant that. NA.
They just did it. They were just screaming USA. That's
It's
how you
just
do it.
USA, yeah.
Okay,
for the
so
most
even
part.
you admit as a Canadian, like, yeah, just do the
It's
USA
just
chant.
It's just USA.
All right. Are we done with them? Do you have anything else for these guys?
I don't know.
We're running out of people. So why
Well,
don't
wait.
we keep one of them? And
You
then
want to keep one of them for a question?
Yeah.
All right, which of you two
All
wants
right,
another
Jason.
drink?
What's up?
I'm gonna give you the honors.
Of what?
Of letting GoldenGlue go get a drink while you hang out up here.
I need to get some water. Yeah, I need to be
He's got to
hydrated.
get hydrated.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay, so
we all
Wild
need some
Turtle's
water.
saying,
I'm staying, I guess?
GoldenGlue.
Okay, cool.
Any shout-outs, plugs, anything you want to say?
Shout out to everyone who's here in St. Louis right now. This is a pretty. This is a pretty awesome event
This
we're
is
running
St.
right
Louis.
here. This is a pretty good time. So, and shout out to everyone back home watching too. It's a pretty good time.
Well, thank you, GoldenGlue. Okay.
Thank you.
So we're ready for a hot take. Mark, you want to go find somebody? The guy in the
Thanks,
TSM
guys.
jacket. He told me he's got a hot one, so maybe we can grab him. I
How
like
are you,
this
Travis?
I like the FlyQuest merch. Is this new?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've just got it. Just put
Wait,
it
so
on.
they just gave it to you. Do you know if it's available on their store?
I think it's available, yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll get it.
How are we going to do this, Travis? What are the questions going to be?
Yeah. Well, we're grabbing something from the audience.
Let me ask you, Travis. How,
It's a
how are you
spicy
doing?
take. You're blocking the camera. Look.
All right, let's go. What's up, bro? Nice
This
to
is
meet
a
you.
Travis Gafford take.
This is not. This is
a
not
Travis
my take.
Gafford take.
He
Travis
came up
was
to
like,
me-
Mark, go get that guy.
He came up to me beforehand and said he had a spicy take. And he told me what it was, and I was like, we've got some riot people here, but I ain't afraid of no ghosts. So first off, what's your name?
I'm Eric. How you doing?
Eric, where are you
Sup,
from?
Eric? I'm actually from St. Louis. So.
St. Louis.
St.
Eric
Louis
right
native here.
All right. So what is your take?
So my spicy take, so to say, is that being from St. Louis, kind of fans of everything from the city are always wanting things to come here. And now that finally, Riot Games and League of Legends have come to, our town, our home, we're all excited. But then a month ago, Riot Games started canceling all of like the fan events that came with it, the fan fest, the tailgating and all this stuff. And a lot of us are feeling like the festivities on Saturday that Riot Games is putting together doesn't really feel like what they've put together everywhere else. And it kind of feels like a letdown to the fans here in St. Louis.
That's quite the hot take. That is quite the hot take.
Are you happy you're on stage,
He
Turtle?
just got bingo. He got bingo because
We have
Riot
a
Games
bingo.
could do better. Showed up on the
Yeah, there
the
you go.
Hotline
You
League
got
bingo
it. The
board.
bingo board is successful. You now get absolutely nothing.
Maybe there's a free drink ticket or something we can find you. Invited to Team Liquid after party. I think the tickets are sold out. You have to find Steve somewhere for that. Okay. So, Riot Games could do better it's Eric, right?
Yes.
Eric's take. And the St. Louis crowd seems to agree. And Mark is just hoping that nobody from Riot is watching.
Well, I'm just like, what do you want me to say?
I don't think anybody's watching right now. We're good.
Gracias.
No one's watching. Can I get a drink too?
You
People
have to
keep
ask.
I mean-
It's not like these just magically appear in my hand. I make eye contact and I'm like, you.
There was a lovely woman
Yes.
back there named Monica who's working the event, and she said if I needed a drink or anything later, she would hook it up. So
Monica!
If Monica is back there, I don't know if she can hear me, but Monica will hopefully find me a drink. We'll find out. All right. So, Eric.
Yes.
So what has disappointed you about this?
I don't know whether it has to do with the kind of new formatting that the LCS is going through. We don't have a fourth place match that typically happens, live in the arena like it's done before. But, cancellation of FanFest, cancellation of the previous tailgating events and stuff like that, it literally feels like, hey, come to the games and that's really it. And a lot of us, and I've talked to a lot of people about this who are literally coming only for the games, who have said that they've been really disappointed that literally this is one of the biggest fan events that we could the change of, I was talking to one of my friends and we were talking about going anywhere else and we were super excited about FanFest, meeting a lot of players. This event tonight has really been like the highlight, which really shouldn't be it. If something,
I shouldn't be your highlight.
If
Hotline leaves the
something hosted by a third party and not Riot Games is really the highlight besides the finals itself, it's kind of disappointing as a fan who's really looking forward to maybe more because I guarantee St. Louis isn't going to see another League of Legends finals or really anything for a long time. So.
Is Monica
I
coming
believe
up?
that's Monica,
Yeah.
given that she's
Monica.
walking around with a beer.
Yes! Cheers for
Monica!
Monica! Thank you, Monica. Monica's the best. Oh, man. Okay, so now that I've got a beer, we can go in on this. Okay, so let's play. I want to ask you a couple questions.
Yes.
One is, would you have gone to a third and fourth place match? Because historically,
The answer is
it's hard
no.
to sell out third and fourth place matches.
I mean, here's the thing about it is, I'm here. I live here. Let me say this. I'm a huge, hockey Blues fan. When the Blues were losing 8 years ago and they were like one of the last place in the league, I was going to every game. Like, you have to consider going to here or going to a place like Chicago. Whether it's sports fans or fans of anything, we'll go. We'll show up. Like, a third or fourth place match for me is still going, seeing the analyst desk, seeing the shoutcasters, seeing the players, because we're here to see TSM, but seeing a third, fourth place match where we have fans of C9, we have fans of
FlyQuest.
Yes,
FlyQuest.
FlyQuest versus
I was
Tsunami would be
I was
hype.
gonna say it.
Yeah.
We're fourth.
Yeah.
Fourth, actually.
So that was my question. Is like, would you really want to watch Cloud9?
Would you really want to
FlyQuest
watch
play?
Wild Turtle?
I mean, here's the thing.
Who knows?
I hate to say that I'm a TSM fan because I'm really more of a Bjergsen fan, and that's really how I got into this. Yes, because TSM literally got stomped in games 1 and 2 of semis, and then came back, and I think a C9 FlyQuest third, fourth place series would be phenomenal to see just based off of a gameplay.
So
standpoint.
honest question for Turtle: would you have wanted to play a third, fourth
Yeah,
place
exactly.
match? Because
I mean,
I know a lot of the players aren't into it.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Yeah,
players.
I think like the third, fourth place match. I think it's gonna happen in the summer split, but for spring, I think they kind of gifted the points like the same, right? Third and fourth gets the same amount of points, like championship points.
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure on the format, but I guess on a more personal level, like I've been in multiple third, fourth place matches.
I mean, I personally don't like it that much because I feel like I'm not playing for anything, and those matches. But it's always kind of nice to play on the big stage. But sometimes it feels like
and
kind of
like we played in them, we won them, and it felt good. But at the same time, like losing the semifinals, it's so hard to get yourself amped up to then play the next series, even though you know it's important.
Do you think it is, I guess, more important, I guess, in summer when you guys have to play for Worlds and stuff like that, where, you know, those points for third or fourth place could mean going to Worlds or not, I guess, is like the better thing to go for?
I mean, I think it's still happening for summer.
Yeah,
just not for
it's
summer.
happening for summer. He's asking though. Obviously, you care more about third and fourth place match in the summer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's so like the problem in spring
definitely do care more, yeah.
is you play the third, fourth place match, and then you go on a break anyways. It's you're not playing for anything immediately, whereas like you play the third, fourth place match in summer, and that directly affects
then you
your
go to
seeding
Worlds,
into the gauntlet, which you're going to be playing next weekend.
So the only other caveat I would also give is the tailgate thing. So the tailgate thing is, while it's hosted by Riot, it's put on by the teams. So I don't know yet. Like, I'm the one that would have liked to. I agree with you. I would have liked to see more from Riot at this event. Thankfully, we were able to do a live Hotline League.
Alienware!
Because Alienware helped make it happen. But I do wonder how much of it was the teams not wanting to participate. Because if it's just going to be like FlyQuest and TL here doing it, like that's not all the teams. Maybe not.
Well,
feel good.
typically, the third and fourth place matches were the day before of finals and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's usually
that.
Saturday, Sunday.
And so I think like the tailgating was the teams kind of precursing up to the 3 and 4, getting a chance to meet the fans before that. But without the the third and fourth place matches, I still think fans are kind of let down by the fact that you have Saturday and there's not a lot there. There's a chance to meet these great guys, which a lot of us are still looking forward to, but I came here tonight and they all showed up tonight, right? And I get a more kind of personal chance to meet them tonight here than I do tomorrow with thousands and thousands of fans showing up than I do going tomorrow.
I mean, it's absolutely true that Riot Games could do better, bingo boy. And in that sense, like, whether it's fan events or the third, fourth place match, or it could be anything, but the idea that there should be more for the fans beyond showing up, filing into your seat, and then watching a series.
Yeah, and I know a lot of St. Louis fans feel like that's what it is kind of this year. It's just, a huge thing for us is, before sporting events and stuff like that, it's a huge thing for us to go and, go out on the town, meet everybody, or go and, hang out and kind of. And that's not really hosted for us this year. So.
Well, I know there are a couple Riot people here. I won't point them out to you, but you can, if you find them, you can share your feedback in person.
I mean, yes.
And we should say that they are doing some stuff tomorrow. There are some sponsor activations.
There's playing with streamers.
Correct, yeah.
Like
Alienware sponsoring a 1v1 tournament. They sponsor
this
the
great
show.
guy will be there tomorrow. I know that.
Yes,
I know
yes.
there's a few other players.
Come play against me.
But I appreciate your take, and I appreciate Mark sitting through this awkwardly. But I appreciate it. Anything you want to say?
Let's go Blues.
Is the hockey game over?
No, currently the Blues are up 3-2. So let's go Blues.
This is great. St. Louis, big sports town, I can tell.
It's a huge sports town. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on, Eric. I appreciate your take, and hopefully we see you tomorrow.
You'll see me tomorrow. Thank you.
We gonna swap Turtle out?
Yeah, we can swap Turtle out.
DeMonte, stop sitting at the bar and come up here and earn that.
DeMonte,
you better earn that red wristband, buddy.
It's Tanner time.
It's Tanner time.
Tanner. It's just all the we put out.
You can bring the drink up. You can bring the drink. You bring the drink.
He's 21. It's funny. We reserved all the front row for all the players,
and they're just sitting at the bar.
And they're all at the bar, which is great. I really appreciate that.
How you doing, buddy? That's my favorite. Just coughing. You could have moved.
That
Great.
was good. That was impressive. You like my Gatorade?
He's drinking a
sick Gatorade, dude.
Gatorade.
I love iced Gatorade.
Well, it looks suspiciously like this is actually for the people that are not here. We have a Hotline Chill. That's like a special drink that they're making at the bar.
Ooh.
But it's
Is that
not
the Hotline Chill?
It's the Gafford drink.
Yeah, it's
It's the Gaffy.
Every sip you take, you turn more like the Gafford.
You grow a beard. You start looking like a pirate, sea captain.
I don't sound like a anyway.
And then you start being an interview god.
Thank you. So it's
I'm
a
being
Gafford
100%
drink, and then you
serious.
slowly turn into Loco Doco. Is what I'm hearing.
Whoa.
It's a self burn.
What?
But the funny thing, so DeMonte actually, he told me, he DM'd me and said he was coming to St. Louis, and the only reason he was coming was to be on Hotline League.
Yeah, that's why Riot flew me out.
Yes, Riot flew him out to be on the show.
Ayo.
So I appreciate that. How are you enjoying St. Louis so far?
The arch was pretty dope.
What did Apollo call it? The Arc.
The Arc.
Yes.
Arc.
The Arc was pretty.
The Ark of
so
the Covenant.
why was it cool? I drove past it.
I mean, it was just big.
It's
I
great.
like big shit.
Yeah. America, we like big things.
Yeah, you're from Texas. Got big things in
Yeah,
Texas.
we're Houston out
Yes.
here.
It's so great to have Dignitas DeMonte on the show. Do you want to grab?
Who do you think's gonna win tomorrow?
From a non-biased point of view, I would say Team Liquid is gonna win.
What is your biased point of view?
My biased point of view is that Bjergsen is gonna 1v9 and they're gonna win 3-1.
Hey.
I don't know which one to take though. You've just provided two.
I mean, I have two personalities, you know.
Okay, the Bjergsen fanboy.
I have the LCS player DeMonte, and then I have the fanboy Tanner.
All
But yeah, there you go.
Tanner from high school.
Tanner from high school thinks TSM will win.
Yeah.
DeMonte from
All
Clutch.
right, let's interview Tanner from high school. I've
Let's
talked
get
to
a
DeMonte.
guest. Let's get a
talk to-
guest on the show.
All right.
So hands up.
I don't
Yo,
know
yo,
where to go. I don't
can
remember
I
what-
choose?
You want to choose?
Yeah, look at this guy.
You want the? Oh, cause he. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
my
that
boy.
makes sense.
Let's go.
Okay.
I think I believe this man was out at the Miami Hotline League. I forget if he was on the show.
I
or
remember
not.
he told me his
dude.
take, but I don't remember what it is now.
Wait, were you on the show in Miami? I know you were there.
I was in Miami. I was wearing a CLG jersey.
Can we
at
get the
time.
mic one up a little bit?
You can put it in your mouth.
No, don't do that.
Just eat it, bro.
Hold it like this.
Like this?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
that's
cool.
pretty good.
So
Hello, everyone.
what's your name?
My name is Daniel.
Daniel, that's right. And were you on the show in Miami?
I wasn't on the show, but I was present.
You were present. Okay, well, welcome back. It's there's only a couple people. I think you and Dr. Manhattan, a couple people who have been at both of these. What is your take? Oh, also, where are you from?
You want to take a guess?
From where?
Do you want to take a guess?
Hold the
You're
camera.
from Chicago.
Texas. There we go.
There we go. Dallas,
Make
Texas.
sure
let's
you
go.
hold the mic so that it's.
Which is your favorite steakhouse on DeMonte's jacket?
My favorite steakhouse? Ooh, Saltgrass.
Daniel, I need you to hold the mic like this.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. This is how I know. This is like the cool way to
Sawgrass.
hold
That's
it,
a
but
Texas thing.
This is gonna be way better.
It's a pro wrestler thing.
All right. So what do you want, Daniel? What do you want to talk about on the show?
Well, Clutch is one of the only teams who I feel can really.
One more time?
Clutch is one of the teams that can really benefit from marketing to a certain location in the U.S. And now with the report of, I'm sorry, the 76ers purchasing the majority stake of Clutch Gaming, how do you feel that'll really affect branding in the future for the LCS?
So the rumor is, and unfortunately, DeMonte, I don't think will be able to say anything about this.
He can chime in.
Yeah, well, but whatever. But
You
the
made me
rumor,
chime in on the riot one.
rumor is that the 76ers are going to acquire a majority stake in Clutch Gaming from the Houston Rockets, which will be weird because previously the Houston Rockets have been. I'm getting notes from my live producer right now, live. Talk louder.
Next time you guys shout like
Yeah.
death growl.
So it'll be weird if the 76ers are actually acquiring Clutch because to date, Clutch has tried to orient itself as Super Texas down to the Texas logo that's sitting on DeMonte's jacket and the Texas-themed jersey that Daniel is wearing. So would you be sad if Clutch was no longer Texas-based?
The cowboy hat wouldn't make as much sense without it.
It would not make as much sense. They would be potentially Philadelphia-based.
Are you more concerned about the Texas hat or the whole not being associated with Texas?
I'm having a hard time hearing. I'm sorry.
I was saying, are you more upset about not being able to wear a Texas hat or the fact that it's actually going to Philadelphia or whatever?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I try to support all the Texas-based esports organizations. On the back, I have the Dallas Fuel sticker.
Oh.
Shout out to the Overwatch League. But it's one less Texas team to root for.
We don't allow any shout-outs to Overwatch League on this show. I'm sorry
I'm
you
so
have to leave.
sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to burn your hat.
DeMonte, what's a good question I can ask you that you can answer?
I can chime in a little bit on this stuff.
Okay, what can you say?
I don't know much, right? But I could say, like, it is going to be a good thing no matter what, right? And I've heard a lot of good things about what has been happening. So I would not be, like, worried or anything. We're still going to be the same team, and we're still going to be here, right? So I would just
Regardless
say,
of what
you know,
you're saying, if the rumor is true or not.
I don't know anything, like, actually.
Yeah. But you have faith that it'll work out okay.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be good no matter what.
Okay.
How happy were you being associated with Texas? Because you're not originally from Texas, but then.
I'm from California.
Yeah.
It was. It was fine. It was fun. Like,
You made some good.
made some memes, some
TikToks.
TikToks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was cool.
I feel like you encapsulate like the Tex. You could pass as a Texan pretty well.
I could see DeMonte. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You just got that look. I mean,
if you suddenly like only wore jeans and like a straw hat and like had a piece of straw coming out of your mouth and suddenly you talk like, I don't know.
I talk like this.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yes.
Do you think that all the LCS teams should geolocate?
Not all of them. Some I don't think really would make much sense.
So where it makes sense.
Since they're private clubs, but like the Golden Guardians and Clutch Gaming, I feel really can lean into that pretty hard.
Gotcha. Well, Daniel, do you have anything you want to say? Any shout-outs, any plugs?
Shout out to Luis Dangsor, who was also at Hotline League Miami, and Texas has the best barbecue.
Thank you. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah. Thanks for supporting us, bro. Thank you.
All right, let's grab another guest. DeMonte can hang out because that was kind of a short one. But we need another person from the audience.
All right, I'm going to go over that way.
Mark is going to go on his journey to find somebody. Do you have any plans while you're here, DeMonte?
Any plans? I get to do a fan meet tomorrow after the games.
Doing a fan meet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever get sick? Are you worried you're going to get sick after those things? Because all these lovely people, they shake my hand, but like all I need is like 1 in 100 of them to have the flu for me to want to die.
Yeah, but it's worth it, you know?
Hey, that's nice. I like that. That's good. I'm curious. Are there any Clutch fans in the audience right now? Well, besides the obvious one.
Yeah.
Apollo's cheering.
Boy.
Apollo's cheering. Are you guys like rolling as a squad right now? You, Apollo, GoldenGlue, Media, like all the guys that are coming out here?
Yeah, I mean, we're all hanging out right now, so we had dinner at Morton's.
Oh, nice.
Morton's is a steak sponsored.
Yeah, your sponsor.
Yeah.
Did you get them hooked up? Were you like, did you wear the jacket and then they give you a free meal?
Oh, yeah. My manager is telling me that we love the Rockets and they take care of us so well.
Okay, good. Great.
Yo, Andrew, come here. Can we get Andrew?
Yeah, we can get Andrew up if he wants to say
Just
something.
in the meantime?
Oh, Mark got somebody. Really quickly, Andrew's going to say something.
Just say a couple words to the fans.
Yeah, you know.
Mark, you're just blocking all the cameras, Mark.
Clutch is going to be taken care of. I'm not worried.
Clutch is going to be taken care of. There we go.
I'm not worried.
Official statement. Thank you, Andrew.
Manager.
We're going to bring our next guest on. Yeah, he's
Clutch
manager.
Appreciate it. Did you step on the court?
Did we lose?
Oh,
there we go. Great job, Mark.
My bad.
Okay, we've got our next guest. What is your name, sir?
I'm Eric.
Eric. We've got a second Eric.
What's your gamer tag?
STL Slayer 24.
Oh, I know this man. He's supported the show. He's watched us all the time. And you messaged me earlier, and I forget what it was about.
It was. I want to save that for
Oh
the
yeah,
end.
that's right. At the end.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got a fiery statement for the end of this.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show, Eric, St. Louis Slayer 24. So you live in St. Louis?
Yes.
Oh, nice. St. Louis crowd is happy for that. What is your take?
If TL wins tomorrow, they're going to make finals at MSI.
If TL wins tomorrow, they make finals at MSI.
Yeah.
There's some people here who are saying no.
I don't know
Other
about
people
that.
say yes. Okay, why will they make finals at MSI?
All right, so when you're looking at how TL plays the game, it seems like they understand how to play the map really well, even if like you can't set them far enough behind that it actually matters. And I think this will be true against Europe, and I'm going to be honest, I don't watch that much China, but I think there's a pretty good chance they can do it against the Chinese teams also.
DeMonte, have you been watching the LPL?
I watched a bit of Doinby because that guy's pretty insane. But
you just like Doinby?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's just like having fun playing some Kled mid, you know.
So, DeMonte, what do you think? Do you think if TL wins tomorrow, they can make finals at MSI?
Yeah, I think he has a pretty good point because Team Liquid seems like a much more well-rounded team than TSM, and that's why like a lot of pros will say that Team Liquid is better because they don't have like glaring weaknesses, right? So I do think if they come into the match tomorrow and do have like a convincing like series against TSM, there's a good chance they go pretty deep at MSI.
Mark seems really skeptical. He said DeMonte says TL is well-rounded.
Yeah, they are. I don't disagree with that. It's more like I feel like their success at MSI is going to depend on obviously so NA starts behind. They have to play the play-in stage as like one of the bosses of play-in stage. I think they'll do just fine there. They get to the group stage then, and I think it really depends on their draw out of group stage. Because if they draw Europe, maybe. I think G2 is really good, assuming they win.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was banking on, is that they would draw Europe, and then that would be the easiest way for them.
Yeah, but that means that. So assuming that happens, 1 plays 4 and 3 plays 2, that means TL would have to finish 3 and Europe finishes 2, or the other way around, or God forbid one of them finishes 1 and the other one finishes 4.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So you're basically banking on 2 and 3.
Yeah,
which means China, because Korea is not going to finish 4 unless it does happen like it happened in 2016. I would bank on that not happening. So I think. Just by virtue, most likely China and Korea end up 1 and 2, and then they have to play one of those two teams, which makes it pretty unlikely. So, if they can somehow get a quarterfinal or a group stage into bracket stage matchup versus Europe, maybe, because I'm not 100% convinced by G2. They do throw some games. They play really fast and loose, which I enjoy watching, but sometimes that's scary in a group stage because you can lose some games.
Yeah, I don't really think that G2's style matches up well against TL.
Well,
it's those kinds of things are always like it's hard to say because a really fast-paced team that plays fast and loose makes mistakes against a slower-paced team, and hey, TL smashes, or TL's too slow-paced, and then the fast and loose team runs over them. So like I don't know quite yet, but
it's hard to say for sure.
I would bet against your prediction if I could put money down.
I mean, it'd be hype. There's only one other North American team that has ever made it to MSI finals, and that's this jersey or this jacket
and
right here.
No, wait, it was 6A.
What?
I was gonna say.
Did you say Power of Evil? You were getting Power of Evil.
I was gonna say it was double lift, but then it's not double lift. So
no. Yeah, it's not that.
DeMonte, what do you think? Chances of them? Give me an odds of them making finals of MSI.
Of MSI?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
Obviously, it depends on the group draw. So I'd give it like a 30% chance.
30. That's pretty good.
I mean, that's
I think it's pretty good.
I would
and
take 30.
They haven't even run spring finals yet.
Yeah, because they're gonna.
No, but this is like under the assumption if they do, and it's like actually convincing, then like.
Yeah, so you don't need to predict the finals. This is only true if they make the finals.
Yeah,
like if they win the finals.
If they even 3-2 tomorrow and it looks terrible, like there's no way they're going deep.
All right.
What is that face?
It's just like so many qualifiers. Like they have to win, and they have to win convincingly, and then I'll predict they make the finals.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm actually a TSM fan, so I hope TSM wins tomorrow, but I think TL's a better team.
Wow.
For some reason
you're downplaying TSM, so when they win, you can be like, "Wow, our team's such a great team. They upset the unbelievably dominant."
You caught me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stream right now, and for some reason, our production room is sending shots of the production room randomly while we're having this conversation. They've been drinking too much, I think.
Brodin shrugging and being like, I want to be a superstar,
We're
so I
just
put
getting-
myself on camera.
Just
Wait, dude,
looking
I
at the
love
Twitch
Brodin.
feed and there's just shots
You
of
like
this-
Brodin?
I like Brodin a lot, but sometimes that dude's ego is a little too big.
It's because he's so handsome. I don't blame him.
It's hard not to have an ego when you are Brodin.
I gave Brodin a little bit of social media credit, and then he just started trying to take as much as he could. It's
Well,
just
all the pro players and like influencers are in there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Anyway, St. Louis Slayer 24. Okay, audience. This is the first time a caller has ever called someone out on the show. St. Louis Slayer 24. Go ahead. You've told me you were going to do this. I'm curious what it is.
All right, so on the last episode of Listen Loco with LS, Thorin basically said that no fans in the chat could substantiate, their claims or their arguments about how good a team was, or something like that. And he said that he will take any fan and give them 10 minutes on the show to prove him wrong, where he asks a question, I ask a question. So I want to call him out on that, and I want him to put me on Listen Loco and give me those 10 minutes.
There you go. So we officially have a Hotline League guest or caller calling out Thorin on Listen Loco as a challenge. It's pretty hype. Mark, you seem skeptical.
No, I don't know. You're calling out Thorin. It's not LS, right? It's
Thorin.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Thorin has been officially called out on Hotline League, but not by us. We love Thorin. But St. Louis Slayer 24.
Yeah, and he can message me in Loco's Discord if he wants to, talk about it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm excited to see if this happens. If he doesn't take it, he's a coward. Thank you so much. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I hope TSM wins tomorrow. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
TSM fan. All right. Thank you very much. All right, should we sub out DeMonte so that he can
Do we
go
have
get more
someone
gear?
else? 'Cause all the
yeah,
other pro-
Ovilee.
Ovilee.
Where's Ovilee at?
The whole crowd
Where is she?
is chanting Ovilee.
Ovilee.
Ovilee?
I will hand off the torch.
You got to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I got to pee myself.
All right.
Woo.
Ovilee.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is this? Are you vlogging?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my vlog. Get off of here, DeMonte. This entire show is about me now.
You can go. So, Mark.
Yes,
Mark,
we're at Hotline League.
Mark drank too much, so he has to use the restroom right now. So we just have to fill.
I just have to fill.
Yeah. So just go ahead, fill.
I was about to get in an Uber and go home, man.
Really?
I'm sleepy. We got
Why?
a show tomorrow.
You realize it's like 8:30
I know.
in LA,
I know.
where you're from. So
I
you're
saw
sleepy at 8:30.
The new JoJo episode came out today. I'm emotionally exhausted.
Are there actually anime fans in the Midwest?
There are anime fans in the Midwest. See? One guy came up to me. He's like, he's raising his hand. You live on the West Coast, buddy. Oh, he's from Michigan.
Hi's from Michigan.
I did not know that. Does that count?
I don't know if that counts. Is Michigan in the Midwest?
No, people are saying no. He's crazy.
Where is CaptainFlowers? Because I was told he was coming.
Okay, so here is the CaptainFlowers story.
CaptainFlowers story.
Here is the CaptainFlowers story. 1 second. Let me pull out my phone because I just got finished talking with him.
CaptainFlowers. We're gonna find out why is CaptainFlowers not on the show.
All right.
Where is CaptainFlowers?
Here we go. At 10:24, he texts me and says, "Is it still going on or is it over?" I say, "It's almost over. Don't worry about it." And he says, "Yeah, I passed out."
So.
But he has rushed in an Uber. It's going to be a surprise, but it's not a surprise anymore.
Wait, CaptainFlowers is actually coming?
That boy's crazy. He's coming.
Wait, are you lying?
It's not April Fool's.
Wait, but you said he passed out.
He did pass out. He is now awake and alive.
Oh, he's coming.
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay, so he's gonna be. Hopefully, he makes it here in time for the end of the show.
I think he'll make it in time.
Okay, that's the real drama. Like if you need like a before we
He's
go
a
to
Chad. Call him.
before this is like if you're watching a sitcom. No, don't.
All right.
I don't know if
All
that
right.
audio is gonna work.
All right.
Audio. This I'm skeptical about this. Also, make sure nobody sees the phone number. That'd be bad.
Don't look
so,
at my phone.
Mark, first off, how was the bathroom, Mark? How'd you enjoy it?
Bathrooms here are average.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is a great establishment. How dare you?
Okay, I
insult-
got a fun story
so
for you.
She's on the phone with Captain Flowers.
Why?
Because Captain
Are
Flowers.
you in an
Captain
Uber
Flowers
here?
fell
Coming
asleep.
over here?
I don't care. Hang up.
Well, so we're trying to get Captain
Okay.
Flowers here.
So I'm
Captain
sitting
Flowers
on
is not going to
stage
make it
with
here before
Travis
we
and
end
Mark
the
right
show.
now.
It's 20 minutes.
They booed me off the stage and they're demanding you.
We're finding out what's happening.
Clip this. I don't want Captain
All right,
Flowers
one
on the
second,
show.
let me put you on
How
speaker.
dare
Let's see
he?
if this works. All right, you heard it. Tell your Uber driver
Hopefully,
to speak.
there's somebody in the background just yelled, "Also Travis." That's great.
No.
That is actually my role in the esports community. Also Travis. That's just like my.
I love double
He's
lift.
coming, great.
Also, Travis is okay.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's how it goes. Okay, so Ovilee, how are you enjoying St. Louis so far?
It's great. I got in here at like 4 o'clock today, but I wanted to get the Italian food, man. I had fried raviolis.
Is there good Italian food here?
I had fried raviolis too.
Yeah,
Toasted
what is up? Is
raviolis.
fried raviolis a St. Louis thing?
They're really good.
Oh, I didn't know
Fried
that.
anything. There was fried salad that we had.
Fried salad? Okay,
I want
should we
fried
get another
salad.
guest? For
Well,
Ovilee?
first off, who do you think's going to win? Did we cover
Oh,
this?
yeah, that's right.
Who do you think's going to win?
Who wins
I am
tomorrow?
an impartial
But yeah, but you can make it-
individual.
Bullshit. Who do you think's going to
All
win?
right, this is what I think. I think it's either going to be another uneventful 3-0 by Team Liquid,
Ooh.
or what I'm hoping for is we get the repeat of the semifinals where Team Liquid's up 2-0 and they're like, oh, haha, we're getting cocky, we're overconfident and stuff, and then TSM just comes and goes, sweep, and then knocks them on their butt.
You literally just predicted both.
I like hype.
It's either a Team Liquid sweep or a TSM reverse sweep is what she said.
No, it's either Team Liquid just wins it all or TSM comes from behind.
That's what I just said.
I did not hear you. I heard TSM chant.
I heard TL sweeps or TSM reverse sweeps.
I did not hear that.
I'm looking at the bingo board, by the way. Did you know that your cat is on that?
Yeah, my cat's not going to make an appearance on this show. And
That'd be
I guess
sick.
I guess my girlfriend could tweet a picture of my cat to me and I could hold it up.
And
but
Marxie's camera died.
also not going to happen. My camera's not here.
And I already did
Where are we gonna
say,
get-
for those of you who don't know, I definitely said that. He can circle that.
You can circle for those of you who don't know.
Yeah. All right.
He already has bingo.
So, you want to grab somebody to talk to
Yeah.
Ovilee and us?
I was gonna go this way.
International
Okay, go.
guests.
I was just pointing in a general direction.
Are there any that I can help you fill out?
That
How's
we're
the
still
weather?
looking at the bingo board if
It is
you're
hot
watching
and
online.
humid. I haven't seen any new merch in a while.
Ovilee just supplied 100 Thieves Trash Talk for the bingo board. Hello. What is your
Jojo?
name, sir? Wait, no, stop talking to Ovilee. We need to get him on. No, it's Ovilee's fault. I know.
We're
Trust
friends.
Do you have anything you want to share with the class?
Of course.
What is your name?
My name is Hunter.
Hunter,
Bring it
look-
closer to your face and slower.
Yeah, little
My
closer.
name is Hunter.
Hunter.
Okay.
Yes.
Me and Hunter are best friends now.
Yeah, we're the besties.
Okay, whatever. Where are you from, Hunter?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Wow, that was a lot of cheers.
More Tennessee people. Okay. You're wearing a CLG jersey.
I am.
Are you a
Do
CLG
you regret
fan?
that?
No, I'm not. Yes, of course I am.
You do
Since
regret it.
for being a CLG fan? Of course not.
We asked the same question, different
Yeah,
question
I
at the
know.
same time, but
Sorry. We're not great at this. All right, Hunter, what do you want to talk about on the show?
I want to talk about why I think that Smoothie fits better as a shot caller on TSM than Mithy or Yellowstar ever could.
Well, I mean, the yellow star. Okay, so for those of you that can't hear, because Hunter's
Sorry.
a little quiet.
you gotta like
Sorry.
want to kiss
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's okay. Also, that I think
Like
that mic
this.
is a little quiet. I don't know, but either way, Hunter thinks that Smoothie is a way better shot caller than Mithy or Yellowstar ever was. The
Correct.
Yellowstar thing, I don't even know if we need to talk about Yellowstar. He was on there for like a split. It was a disaster.
So if we look in the past, TSM's worst splits, comparatively, they've never really had an awful split the way some other teams have. But Yellowstar split and Mithy split could comparatively be considered the worst splits they've ever had. Is that agreeable?
Is Mithy the worst? Mithy and
One-
Yellowstar?
one
Well,
of the
so
worst.
what's interesting is while Yellowstar looked worse during his time on TSM,
Correct.
they still made a finals.
Correct.
Whereas Mithy never made a finals with TSM.
I agree with that. The reason I think the Smoothie fits better as a shot caller on the TSM team is because I don't think Smoothie commands as much of a voice as a player like Yellowstar or Mithy would. Back on their previous teams, they played a really big role in the shot calling, and I would say that they're probably the main voice in those shot calling roles, and they probably expected the same coming into TSM, but TSM has always had really big personalities. Back when Yellow Star was on, you had Bjergsen and Double Lift, both really big personalities, not taking anything away from them. And when Mithy was on, you had Bjergsen, and now with Broken Blade coming in, he's not as much of
But they didn't have Broken Blade at the time.
Correct, but I'm saying now that they have Broken Blade, he's not probably as big of a personality as maybe Hanser was at the time with Mithy coming in, because he's the new guy, so he's probably not going to be commanding that much of a voice in the team.
Hold your microphone like this.
Sorry. And I think Smoothie plays a better role as the shot caller because he's not trying to be the guy that's doing all the shot calling, whereas Mithy and Yellowstar on their previous teams were. And so he's not expected of that. And so he's able to shot call with Bjergsen's personality, with Broken Blade coming in. And I think that lends better to the TSM format than Yellowstar and Mithy coming in and trying to be the sole guy doing it.
But does that mean you think TSM's going to win?
No, I think TL is going to win.
Wait. What was the point then?
No. I just think it's better. I think TSM has a chance. My prediction is 3-2. I think if TL loses the first game, TSM 3-0s, and I think that if TL wins the first game, TL wins 3-2. My big problem is with Acadian.
Is with the what?
Acadian.
I assumed when this take came up about how Smoothie was a better shot caller than Yellowstar Mithy, it would end with the conclusion, and that's why TSM will win the series.
Do you see the jersey? I can't predict TSM to win.
They suck. I didn't think it
On
was relevant.
live stream, I can't say the CLG's going to... You're playing...
I can say whatever I want.
That's true. I can't predict TSM to win, so I'm saying TL.
TL. Okay.
I'm very demotivated because I thought for sure when he was talking Smoothie up so much, it was going to mean TSM's going to win, and then we could go back and forth.
I think they have a better chance at winning finals this year than they did last year with Mithy.
They weren't in the finals.
No, that's what I'm saying. Going into playoffs, I think they had a better chance.
I mean, I would agree. That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah.
Because
Going into
we're at the
quarterfinals.
finals. I feel you though. It's like you overall your argument is Smoothie's a better fit. I mean, Ovilee, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, kind of to add on to the big personalities kind of leaving the team, I thought last year was also a humbling year for TSM, and you saw a lot of their kind of behind-the-scenes content of their post-game reviews and kind of everyone receiving feedback and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was a wake-up call for some players to say, like, okay, I now understand what you're saying. Let me try to work that feedback in, and let's try to move forward with that. So I think it was a bigger picture.
The other thing, too, is, like, from my understanding, that team was fairly dysfunctional as a whole. It's not limited to players. Like, the coaching staff did not work that well. Like, Song got demoted halfway through. Parth had to step back in, from my understanding. And, like, you know, compared to this split where Zix has been the coach the entire time, and he brought his coaching staff of Goldman along as well. And so, like, plus Peter, plus Parth. And it's holistically a better team than just the players from last split. So, like, to that point about shot calling, like, yeah, maybe the shot calling's cleaner, but so are the post games. So are the between game conversations about how do we improve and stuff like that. So I don't know. It feels like a weird point when the entire team was dysfunctional last split.
So can I ask you this? Do you think it's better for a team to have multiple strong personalities, or do you think it's good for them to have a few strong personalities and a few players who are more listening to the strong personalities? Because last year we saw TSM with a lot, like Sven, Mithy, Bjergsen, even Hanser. He's been on TSM forever, so he had that strong personality.
Right. Well, so my question is, like, when you say strong personalities, is that limited to, like, out-of-game opinions or in-game play style?
Both.
Because there are some players who have really strong opinions but are willing to forego them to go play the other play
really
style.
quickly, I see walking in.
Hey,
Goodbye, Ovilee. Goodbye.
Fashionably I get
late.
kicked out.
We're not kicking the fan out.
What?
He's taking yours.
Fashionably late.
Hold on.
To some people means showing up 10 minutes after everything starts. But to me, fashionably late means coming out right at the best part of the night. Y'all already here, so let's keep partying. And hey, something for Ovilee too, because she's the one who said y'all got to get out here right the hell now. So, for Ovilee!
All right.
So who are we replacing?
We'll get you in a second. We're talking about Smoothie. If you could calmly sit over there, sir. We'll bring you on in a second. All right. Yeah.
Hey,
We'll get you in
Flowers.
just a second.
Hey,
you
grab,
say I never
hey,
do
grab
anything
flowers.
for you.
He's,
flowers.
He's talking to girls.
No,
Okay.
He's not
flowers.
listening
Get
to
me
you.
a beer.
He's not listening to you anymore.
All right.
It's okay, buddy.
Get me a beer. No. You go to the bar and get me a beer.
All right. We were talking about. We were having a very intellectual conversation about shot calling. You want to finish your thought, and then we'll wrap up the show
It's
with
kind
flowers.
of been derailed, but I think the point I was making was while Smoothie could be a better shot caller than Mithy or Yellow Star, the team as a whole is more functional. So it's not. It feels hard to make a one-to-one comparison when you're talking about Broken Blade, who's just really positive and uplifting guy, which
Part
is
of
pretty,
the team.
Yeah, which is different than Hanser, as well as Song being different than Zix and all these other comparisons.
I do want to clarify. I don't think my opinion isn't that Smoothie's a better shot caller. It's just that he's a better shot caller that fits into the environment of TSM. And
I mean,
my
my point's the same either way. The whole team is different.
TSM is better now.
Big brain.
All right. Do you have any thing you want to say?
Shout out to Bears Friends Discord, and shout out to my news station, WRCB. Love you guys.
Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, Flowers, come back.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like he's.
I
Still
feel like
getting
we
a
gave him too
beverage.
long of a mission to be ready by now.
Later, Team Liquid. Okay. Yeah, Flowers is still getting a beverage, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Does anyone have eyes on Flowers?
A bunch of people point in the general direction of the bar.
He's right. He's
Look
standing
at
right
him
there.
and say Modelo time.
Anyways, what do you want me to do?
He's still getting the beverage. Just wait for him to get the beverage, and then we'll hang out.
Okay, so we'll chill for a second.
Ovilee,
Travis.
how you been?
Did you know everyone really liked my Travis impersonation of you?
No one likes your Travis. That's not a thing.
Can you give a shout out to Alienware as Travis?
Let me try. You're putting me on the spot. You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
All right. The thing about Alienware is that it's just the best computer and laptop ever. The supporter of Hotline League ever. That's my Travis impersonation.
Yeah. I like it.
Sometimes I get the.
I would
in
never
there.
promote a sponsor that way. My sponsor plugs are way better. How's Flowers going? Did he get his beverage yet? This is like
I
the
see him
dramatic
talking
ending.
to people, which is not a good sign.
Yeah. Captain Flowers.
Captain Flowers.
Please bring Captain Flowers
Can
over
we
here.
get the
nodding
flowers, the flowers
ferociously.
chant going again?
Clayton Rains.
Flowers, 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 flowers.
All right, Ovilee, you want to?
Oh, there's no beer for me.
Wait,
Unlucky.
Are you letting the duo up here, or are you kicking me off?
Yeah, no, we can close out the show with the two of you guys. We got 10 minutes.
All right.
Welcome, Captain Flowers, to the show.
Thank you, Travis. I'm happy to be here, perfectly
Yes.
on time and not at all fashionably late.
Yes, exactly. Did you manage to get a drink in time?
Somebody handed me some blue stuff.
Don't drink it.
Okay.
Don't drink the blue stuff.
Captain Flowers has been missing everything. He missed barbecue with us as well today.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I was real tired, Mark. Man's
you
got to
just-
get his beauty sleep.
Have you just been sleeping all day?
People ask me, hey, bro, how'd you get your chin? And it's called sleeping enough.
I'm not sure
That's
if that's
it.
how that works.
Yup,
If
that's
I
the secret.
slept more.
Sorry to have to let the secret out, but that's what Hotline League is for, the big hot takes. Well, hot take, if you want a big chin, go to sleep.
Flowers, we've been asking everybody as they come up who's going to win tomorrow and by how much. So what is your prediction for tomorrow?
All right. Well, Skarner. All right, yeah. First off, there's a special place in my heart for whoever picks Skarner. The one guy in the audience who said that is right.
Captain Flowers is loud enough. Captain Flowers, can we put the microphone back here?
Put the microphone back here so I can get some practice for tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. We'll be plenty loud tomorrow, but I think I gotta say, I gotta give a slight edge to the boys I watched do it for 5 straight games and commentated this past weekend. I gotta say, I gotta give a little bit of an edge to TSM.
Okay, so TSM in how many games?
5.
5 games, okay.
All right.
You're giving TL at least a close thing.
Yeah, it's a fighting chance. The other conversation we've been kind of having on and off is about the greatest of all time in North America. Who would you two put between Doublelift and Bjergsen as the greatest North American player, LCS player? So to be fair to Bjergsen, you know, LCS started in season 3, so like
he's a North American player by this point in time.
Bjergsen?
Yeah.
No, it's not about that. It's just mean like the LCS didn't start until season 3.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
LCS player specifically, who's the greatest LCS player of all time?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Well, you went first last time because I wasn't here, so I'll go first this time.
Hell yeah.
Sneaky's the greatest cosplayer for the guy out there who said Sneaky. So that's the challenge I'll go ahead and issue to anybody who's going to be doing cosplay at our finals here this weekend, because I know there's going to be quite a few of y'all. You got to step up to Sneaky level. So that's the official challenge I issue to each and every one of y'all. But for the time being, I'm giving my vote to Bjergsen.
Okay, so how come?
Because we've seen both of these guys pop off. We've seen both of these guys do some insane things and carry their teams to some insane levels. And we've seen one of these guys get knocked out of Worlds by a victor because he walked a little bit too close.
All right. All right.
It's not all about keeping your highs high. It's about keeping those lows away from low.
Yeah, I feel you.
Ovilee.
So I'm a little torn because I usually vote for the hype.
What is, sorry, really quickly, can you talk to me about the sweater you're wearing?
I'll reveal that in a second. So I usually go for the hype, and last week, Bjergsen Zakali was very hype in Game 3 because he kept TSM in that series. But I like the trash talk, and Doublelift is the best trash talker in all of NA, if not maybe the world. So that's why Doublelift is my personal GOAT, so go ahead and subscribe.
The Ateo Doublelift merch collection available now on the Team Liquid store. All right, so we've got one for Bjergsen, one for Doublelift. So I think that we're nearing the end of this.
Yes.
I just want to say I feel like this spring split's been really cool. I'm excited that it's like at first I didn't know if I was more interested in the C9 or TL finals because I felt like that was kind of like a burgeoning rivalry. But as we've seen all this stuff build up over the past week, I really do feel like the TSM TL finals are going to be sick.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many storylines in this. There's Jensen trying to get his first title against the guy who has blocked him every single time. We have Sven trying to get his first title against the person he was replacing on TSM, and Sven was supposed to drive them to international success, and then that was the worst placing TSM's ever had.
And then you got both Bjergsen and Doublelift competing for the 6th trophy.
Yep.
6 split wins. So whoever is going to leave this weekend, the winner is
the
leaving
important
with
part
the
about
most.
this.
Tell me.
The important part.
Tell me.
5 is the number of championship rings you can put on one hand. Whichever one of these dudes wins tomorrow is the first guy that is so damn good he has to employ his second hand to lift all his championship rings. Now that's saying something.
That's hype.
I thought it was going to be like a toe ring.
Yeah, to Ovilee's point, if you get 11,
Toe
do you get to
ring?
get a toe ring? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
We're not doing LCS toe rings.
I mean, for me, the thing is like being able to watch 2 of the greatest of all time actively competing for that title is so dope because you hear about all the greats in sports across history, and I'll probably say this again tomorrow on the desk, but like Brady Manning, you have like Magic Bird, all these like incredible players, and we get Bjergsen Doublelift. You get to watch it actively as the conversation is going on, and you don't know when that conversation will be decided. So like, you might not see these guys ever again. Bjergs can rip off 3 more. Doublelift could rip off 3 more, and suddenly it's not a conversation. So like, enjoy this fucking moment while you can.
You guys are having a side conversation over there.
I had no idea what the sports names he was saying, so...
Yeah, she said, I don't know sports, so I can't really understand this analogy. So I said, all right, pick 2 of the bad guys from JoJo and make them fight each other in
Way
one
to
episode.
really de-hype a point.
Speaking of sports, by the way, is the
It's
Blues
not
game
de-hype. We just
over?
got to approach the weeb audience from the correct angle.
It's
For people too.
the Blues, right? That's the name of the. Or did they win? We don't know. Everyone was so into that at the start of this.
But then
it's
Hotline
3-4. It's still
League
happening.
started.
Okay. I was curious to see if that would end up happening by the end of this. All right, let's go down the line. Captain Flowers, anything you want to say? This is your camera, by the way.
All right, that's my camera. All right, I'm just making sure. All right. I hope I see each and every one of y'all in the arena tomorrow. We got a hell of a show lined up. I was there earlier today so we could make sure everything was exactly the way it was supposed to be. And it is going to be insane. That is why I said I hope for 5 games tomorrow, because that just means more time that we get to make an absolutely incredible experience out of this whole thing. So I hope to see each and every one of y'all be a part of that tomorrow. Thank you, St. Louis!
Woo! Ovilee?
I can never follow up his hype. I don't have the Flowers voice, but what he did
Just say
leave
hell
out,
yeah really loud.
Hell yeah. No, I can't do it. What he did leave out is that we are going to be doing a special little event on stage.
Oh, yeah!
Where 4 special fans are going to have the opportunity to join us up there and participate in a little game show with some prizes. Details will come tomorrow, so show up, be ready, get up close to this guy. It's a treat.
Woo woo.
Mark?
Check out Offline TV.
There we go.
Yeah, mark that down off the board.
The bingo board.
And check out the dive, which I did earlier. Check this out on tomorrow. I'm sure all of us will see a Reddit thread about Reggie and Steve betting a fucking $100,000.
I tweeted it.
Which is insane.
Yeah. You missed that, Captain Flowers. They bet $100,000.
Oh, I saw it on Reddit on the way over.
Oh, it's on Reddit right now?
Yeah, I'm sure it's on Reddit already.
Yes.
So all that already lends even more hype to a disgustingly hype matchup.
So a couple things. One, you guys can, everybody here, and also maybe in Twitch chat can help me. So during the show, I got a request, a special request. So I don't know, some of you guys might watch Team Liquid's show Squad. So at the end of their show, this happened randomly and organically the very first episode. I started saying like squad, and then they put it at the end. Their video crew is here and would love it if we could all say squad together, and they'll put it in the show. So if you guys want to do that, on the count of 3, I don't know, are you guys going to be able to see any of the audience? A little bit? Okay, so just the camera's right back there, but for those that can't be seen, they can hear you too. So on the count of 3, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, squad. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, squad!
Squad!
All right, they got that. Great. We checked that box off. Thank you. Twitch chat is also saying squad, so they're fantastic MVPs. Maybe we can put them in there. Secondly, I want to give a big shout out to Alienware and Intel. I know. I've said it a ton, but quite honestly, like, I love doing these events because it is so awesome to meet all of you. Woo! And legitimately, not only do they help make it happen from a financial perspective, but they also brought in so many resources. Shout out to AA, who is the event company that's helping to throw this together. They're also doing the Team Liquid Party tomorrow, and they've done an amazing job. And finally, thank you to everyone who showed up. You guys are awesome. This was such a fun event because of all of you. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, without further ado, this has been Hotline League episode 71.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.